A beautiful afternoon here in Fitchburg, a lovely October day, a great day for football, and football is what we have for you. It's Fitchburg State University football live on FATV. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Alex Bogdasarian and Danny Bolak. And Alex, the Falcons are coming off a tough loss to Worcester State University.
Yeah, that's right. Last week it was a late penalty that really cost Fitchburg State in the fourth quarter. It was a holding call really late in the fourth when they had a lead on Worcester State, ended up costing them, and Worcester State ended up taking over with about 4:04 remaining, trailing 14-10. They took over at the 34-yard line. After Fitchburg State intercepted the ball, the holding call took it back. Worcester State started at the 34-yard line, ended up driving for the game-winning score, ended up winning 17-14. And sometimes when you're in a struggling season like that, it's little things that cost you games. And Fitchburg State's had trouble with penalties all year. We've really documented that throughout the year, and that really cost them last week. They end up losing a tough game, 17-14 at Worcester State, a game that they really had to have. It was Worcester State's first win of the year, so a tough loss. Fitchburg State starting a rookie quarterback right now in the absence of Garrett. So, that's how it goes sometimes when you're in a struggling season. But Pat Haverty, he said after the game he really liked their efforts. So I think on a day like today with homecoming, if they play the same way against Western Connecticut State, I like their chances today.
Well, as you mentioned, Alex, it was a tough loss last week. It has been a tough season for Fitchburg State. Their record coming in is 2-4. And as we turn to Danny Bolak, they will take on another 2-4 team, the Colonials of Western Connecticut State.
Western Connecticut has struggled a bit this year. They did pull off their first conference win of the season last week, a 37-35 thriller at Mass Maritime. Jordan D'Onofrio booting the game-winning field goal at the final gun. Quinn Fleeting, 16 of 27, 277 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air for the Colonials. He leads the MASCAC in yards per game and touchdowns. He's got 13 touchdowns on the season. Also a big day running for Kyle McKinnon, 32 carries for 246 yards.
I'm not reading that right. 246 yards.
That is what it says. McKinnon didn't even have, he had less than 100 going into that game on the year.
Wow.
And now just with that one game alone, he's the lead running back, leading the team with 311 running yards. Austin Calamita had 6 catches for 90 yards. Lucas D'Souza, 3 catches for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was a very good game for Western Connecticut, who come into Fitchburg 4-0 all-time over the Falcons.
So as the Falcons look for their first ever win against Western Connecticut, it is homecoming weekend here at Elliott Field on the campus of Fitchburg State University. Let's send it down to Amanda Agassi, who is live with the homecoming festivities.
Day here at Elliott Field for an awesome football game. It's a high of 55 degrees and climbing. Those are better conditions than 2 weeks ago when we were here facing Mass Maritime. As you can see, there's a ton of things going on behind me. We have the theme of today actually is carnival games. So we have shooting basketballs, we have strike 'em out, kick and score, and quarterback toss. And I've heard that if you happen to win one of these carnival games, you will be entered for a variety of prizes, such as a ticket to tonight's comedian, Carly from Girl Code, is coming to visit the school, either a $25 gift card to the bookstore or $25 worth of dining points. And I know for a lot of college students, they need that, so hopefully people can win. There's also a variety of food trucks out here. If you can see behind me, we have Augusta's, Juniper's Farms ice creams here, as well as the Dog Father. We also have empanadas. We have a ton of stuff. And in the far left corner over there, we also have a 21-plus beer tent. So, it's going to be a great day, guys. Everyone is really excited. There's a ton of friends and family around here. And I think I'm going to try to see if I can play one of these games. Let's see if I can play. Can I see if I can get in and strike them out? I'm not really sure if I can get it. I don't have really good aim, but let's see. All right. Okay, 1. Oh, I got it. Yes, okay. I actually got it. That's so exciting. I really didn't think I would get it. But, guys, it's going to be a really exciting football game. The Falcons really need to see if they can get their first conference win, and that would be awesome for them. But let's see how the game fares out.
Thank you so much, Amanda, taking part in some of the festivities that we have down there for homecoming. A huge crowd on hand here. Alex, let's take a look at the replay here. Break down the form of our reporter, Amanda Agassi, on this toss.
Well, I mean, very much overhead, and I'm telling you, that's a lot more accurate than what I could do.
That's true. That's right down the middle. That's
right down
three.
the middle. You can't ask for much more than that, honestly. Excellent job.
It is homecoming weekend there. As you can see, there are plenty of festivities. The crowd is here. It is a beautiful day at Elliott Field. If for whatever reason you can't make it down, maybe you're at home watching the game, or you know some folks in Western Connecticut. I actually had a gentleman come up to me before the game and say, my son's in Florida. Can he watch the game? Yes, indeed he can. Just go to fatv.org and you'll be able to stream this game live. Now, Danny, as we turn our attention back to football, what do you think the Falcons need to do in order to emerge from today with their third victory?
Well, I think the Falcons have to find an identity on offense. Their defense has actually been pretty good over the last few weeks. I mean, especially considering, of the 30-0 game we called 2 weeks ago against Mass Maritime, 2 of those touchdowns that they conceded were offensive touchdowns turned over and brought back into the end zone. But really the question has been trying to find an identity with the offense since Garrett Delikai went down with that injury earlier in the season. James Antonelli was at quarterback getting the starts the last couple of weeks, but he was ineffective against Worcester. 2 of 10, was picked off, fumbled the ball. Connor Fitzsimons came in. He played all right, but also another challenge for the Falcons this year has been injuries. The leading receiver last week for the Falcons, Connor Flynn, 4 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown. He was a linebacker 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, if you had not heard the name Connor Flynn on offense, there was a good reason for that. He was not playing offense up until last week.
He changes his number from 52 to 44, puts on an eligible number, comes in as a tight end, and he starts making catches, gets his first collegiate touchdown last week in Worcester, and we'll see if we'll be seeing him again. Connor Fitzsimons last week, 11 for 20 for 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, was picked off 3 times, including his last 2 throws of the game to seal it. That first win of the year for Worcester State. The Falcons definitely looking for a bounce back, and what better way to do it against a team they've never beaten before.
Now, Alex, again, it is homecoming weekend. You've been around Fitchburg State University for a number of years, calling games here with us on FATV. What's your favorite part of homecoming weekend here at Elliott Field?
I have to say it's the games, like the interactive games, like what we just saw Amanda doing, with the tossing, the football toss.
She's right there regaling Ty Dorsey with stories of her beautiful pitch.
Well, she has a she has a softball career in Leominster if she wants it.
There you go.
Really, so I would say, just the carnival atmosphere in the back. Everybody does a great job with that, and the interactive games that we see in the back, it's a great thing that Fitchburg State does for homecoming. And just the whole atmosphere here, seeing the cheerleaders, seeing all the players, seeing all of us around putting this together. It's a great event for this city.
And really, Alex, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day for it.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I was just going to say, this is just a picture-perfect afternoon for football here this afternoon. Looking for Fitchburg State to bounce back after a tough one last week. But it's just, you can go out, you can go to the back and really have a great time and get some food, get some pizza. There's taco trucks out there too, which we all like. So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with
Now,
it.
you have to make me a promise, and Danny, this applies to you too. Don't hit the over 21 area until the 3rd or 4th quarter so that we don't have a suffrage in the quality of the program, okay?
Well, it works for me. I don't drink normally anyway.
There you go. See? Okay, so we can hit the tent, and he'll carry us through the 4th quarter. Does that work?
I was scheduled to call the 4th today anyway, right?
There you go. Everything makes sense.
Well.
So, Dan, as we see the Colonials take the field here, what do you think we're going to see from Western Connecticut on the offensive side of the football?
Well, Quinn Fleeting is a man who likes to throw the football. 277 yards a game that he averages. No one in the MASCAC averages more yards per game than Quinn Fleeting does. But also, imagine a lot of a receiving game for the for the Colonials, but also, as was seen last week with that 246-yard performance from Kyle McKinnon, they can run the ball too. So they've always been a very dynamic team in terms of their offense. Their defense has always been a huge question mark. And so that's going to be something to watch if the Falcons' offense, which has been shut out at home the last 2 games, can actually put up some points today. And I think that they can do it.
Yeah, as you said, Danny, we have not seen Fitchburg State here on FATV put even a single point on the board since our first broadcast back on September the 10th against Castleton. While we have a moment here, folks, we want to take the opportunity to thank the incredible crew that makes this and every broadcast possible here on FATV. Our director is John Dextrays, Ty Dorsey, Matt Carroll, Tim Doust, and Jared Roberts running camera for us. Travis Falk is going to be operating the replay, as well as our technical supervisor, Dave Auster, doing the audio for us, Kevin Ward helping out on tech. Just an incredible crew for FATV. And Alex, real quick, right on the left-hand side of your screen there, that's Garrett Delakiai. He is in his street clothes, so I don't think we're going to be seeing him today.
Yeah, he's going to be out. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But Dan brings up a fantastic point. I mean, this Western Connecticut State team does give up a ton of points. So Fitchburg has a great opportunity to really find their identity in the passing game. I think that's where they can really exploit a lot of mismatches and weaknesses in a game like this. Put some points on the board and maybe get a much-needed win on homecoming.
Fitchburg State, again, comes in 2-4 on the season, 0-4 in conference play. The playoffs are not going to happen for them this year, but it is homecoming. The Falcons are playing for pride, and they're taking on a good team in the Colonials, so we'll see what happens. We're going to step aside for the coin toss and the national anthem. We'll be back with Falcon Football Live. It's homecoming here on FATV.
Have won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Falcon football here on FATV. It is homecoming weekend at Elliott Field. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Danny Bolak and Alex Bogdasarian. And Dan, it looks like the Colonials will be gaining possession to begin this game.
Yes, Western Connecticut will get the ball first to start this game after Fitchburg won the coin toss and chose to defer. So we'll see how that plays out for WestCon, getting to start the ball first. Beautiful day here today, though. 59 degrees, clear, sunny, very few clouds in the sky.
Is it only 59 degrees? It is very hot in this press box.
It's very hot in the press box. Actually, the high is 59. It's currently 56.
Uh-huh.
Which still doesn't answer your question about why it's so hot in here.
Stupid greenhouse effect.
That is what it is.
So Fitchburg State will be kicking from the right, wearing the green and green. Western Connecticut in the white jerseys, white pants with gold helmets.
Christopher Ludwig set to kick it off for the Falcons. Shelby Aqua Franklin and Jaward Chisholm are back there for Western Connecticut, numbers 1 and 2 on their roster. They're very, very large roster with over 100 players.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some duplicates. So
just a couple.
We'll dance through those as best we can. Falcons amped up, ready on a 4-game losing streak. Going to try to break that here today on homecoming at Elliott Field. Ludwig to kick it away, and away we go. Big kick downfield will be taken in from the left side and brought up to the 25-yard line. And just after getting past that, Jaward Chisholm brought to the ground.
Good work by Chandler Laguerre, the freshman linebacker, on special teams coverage. Chisholm tried to cut it up the near sideline, and he was shoved out of bounds.
So now we'll see Western Connecticut take the field, and Quinn Fleeting, number 6, junior quarterback. He's from Windsor, Connecticut. I've got my lines correct on this. 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. And we expect to see him slicing and dicing through the air today. On first down, gets the handoff to Kyle McKinnon. He blows through the line to about the 37-yard line, but a flag thrown on the play coming from the center of the field.
Kyle McKinnon has a rather sizable cheering section directly in front of us here at the press box. We actually saw them putting up a couple of fatheads right against the wall.
For Kyle McKinnon, he is a junior, 5'11", 225 pounds. He is from New London. Holding is the call against Western Connecticut. That'll march them back a few yards. Hold coming past the line of scrimmage, so they're going to mark 6 yards off on that. The strangely numbered 1st and 16, or 15 as you see on your television screen. Fleeting with another handoff to McKinnon. He tries to blow through the line through the left side this time. Doesn't get nearly as far as he did last time, about 6 yards.
Yeah, we're going to see a whole lot of McKinnon today as you see him take it up the left side. And the line of scrimmage so far going to Fitchburg State so far, making a nice stop there.
It'll be second down for the Colonials. That pistol formation, McKinnon directly to the left of Fleeting. Take the snap, fake the hold off, throw to the left side, and it is caught. There's a flag on the play as well, as that one is caught by number 89. We'll go with Lucas D'Souza on that one, freshman 5'11". He's from Bridgeport. But let's see what this penalty will be. Offsides against the Falcons. So a free play for WestCon.
So we've seen 3 plays and 2 flags so far. That's an ominous start.
And that was good enough for a first down. Let's see, the box at the 40-yard line. Ball just short of the 41, I guess. That's about where they are. That's where we'll start. 2 in the backfield for Fleeting. And he'll hand off to McKinnon. He'll again try to muscle through the line. He's going to get to the 44 before forward progress is halted, and he's pushed backwards. About a 3-yard gain and a flag thrown at the very end for something that happened in the pile afterwards. That's not a good sign.
Mamu Sam and Greg Donahue were right in there for the Falcons. We'll have to see which side inflicted this foul.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Number 25 on the defense. Put it off the pile. Penalty, automatic, first down.
So a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty goes against David Desemy of the Falcons. We'll take a look at it here at the replay, see if we can find out what happened.
Yeah, I think you're going to see it right at the end here. As they're pushing and shoving. Right there. Right there. McKinnon gets pushed after the whistle. Easy call.
Absolutely unnecessary. Not a testament to the Falcons' defense. I mean, discipline is what the word I want to say. It's not helping their defense either.
And Alex, it gets back to your point about the penalties hurting this Falcon team.
Yeah, and when you're struggling during the season, you get frustrated, and I think that's the kind of start that we see here already. And as we've documented all season long, the real unnecessary penalties have dogged Fitchburg State all season long.
First down, it'll be another run. Fleeting keeping it himself after a fake to McKinnon, and he didn't get nearly as far as McKinnon did. It'll be a loss.
DeMar Collins with the wrap-up here, and you'll see it again. Almost like a miscommunication or just...
That's really good work by Collins.
Yeah,
Fleeting was actually reading Collins' reaction, and he decided to keep the ball himself, thinking that Collins had committed to covering the running back, but Collins was able to adjust and bring down the quarterback.
Fleeting rolling out to the right side on second down, throws, and it is caught on the right side. That's D'Souza again for a bunch of yardage. It'll be more than enough for a WestCon first down.
Yeah, and a big missed tackle here by Fitchburg State really made this play happen. You'll see it again right here. And Fitchburg State, again, into the backfield, but you'll see the missed tackle right there. And that allows wide receiver to get inside the 25-yard line. Western Connecticut State on the move.
Two receivers to the left for WestCon. And one to the right in Chisholm as McKinnon remains in the backfield. Play clock to 5. And it'll be a handoff up the middle. It'll be another good chunk of yardage, about 5 for McKinnon. Musam with the tackle on that one. But again, he's doing pretty well on the ground, McKinnon is.
He is, and we saw this back a few weeks ago with Framingham State being able to control the run. That really helped him out a lot in the second half, so I think Western Connecticut State saw that, and they're really trying to exploit the line of scrimmage from Fitchburg State. And they're on the move here on their first drive.
Second down, 5 to go, ball at the 20. It'll be McKinnon again to the right side, trying to find that hole. Be taken down by Kyreek Watford. And it's not going to be enough for the first down, so I think this is going to be our first third down of the game.
Kyreek Watford, the sophomore D lineman, goes 6'2", 230 out of Meriden, Connecticut, and he made a really good play there, stopping the Colonial running back before he was able to pick up the first down.
3rd and 2 for WestCon from the 17. And we know Jordan D'Onofrio's got a decent leg, so they are perhaps in field goal range. But 34 yards from here, high snap. McKinnon tries to plow through the line. It's pretty close. They're stopping the clock. I think he might have it. If they don't have it, he might be measuring. We'll see.
It's very
well, it's
going
to be that extra effort at the end, and we'll see right here. Another high snap. Watch out for that today. Seen a few of those. And I think right when he falls over there and stretches out, I think that makes a difference, and it is indeed a first down. Good effort there by...
that last little stretch by McKinnon was able to pick up the first down.
And as for Western Connecticut on the season, they're just 38% on third downs this season. But they're able to find one there. Now another run up the middle for Western Connecticut.
And again, you'll see it. Another high snap. Watch out for this today, I believe. Seen a few of those already, but McKinnon able to get up the middle. Gain of 6.
They march ever deeper into the red zone, the Colonials do, looking for a score on their first possession of the ball game. A little over 5 minutes gone here from Fitchburg. They'll go with the handoff again. McKinnon trying to go around the left side, but he's immediately wrapped up. He loses the football. Looks like the Falcons have it.
He's down.
But they're going to call him down by contact.
Let's take a look at the replay here, see if we can see. Good work immediately by the Falcon defense. It's a tough call, but I think I do agree. McKinnon was down before the ball came loose.
Yeah, I believe his back was on the ground, and then the ball came out probably 2 seconds after that. So
I agree with that as well. I think his bottom was just on the ground before the ball came out.
So now 3rd down and 7 for Western Connecticut. They've been able to march down the field pretty much at will, picking up 5-6 yards at a time. They need a big play here.
They'll fake the handoff. Fleeting will look to the right side. He's going to throw towards the end zone, incomplete, and off the receiver's helmet, right in front of the end zone on the right side. Let's see the replay.
yeah, this is going to be off the helmet of Jawar Chisholm, and you'll see it. Oh, and our graphic was in the way. Oh.
Just barely.
It was a well-thrown ball by Fleeting. Chisholm tried to dive for it, but as you said, it went right off his face mask, and now we'll get about a 30-yard field goal attempt by Jordan D'Onofrio, who again did kick a game-winning field goal as time expired last week to gain the victory over Mass Maritime.
The kick is blocked. Falcons will take it in the end zone, maybe consider trying to return it. They're going to try to take it out of bounds and try to take it out of the end zone. That was David Desme trying to sniff 6 points or a big return. But in the end, he's forced out of bounds at around the 5-yard line.
That was not a very good decision by Desme there. The kick is blocked, and right there, you see him, it looks like he's going to pick it up short of the end zone, and we'll take a look at it here. The kick is blocked, and then it looks like Desme is just going to let it roll into the end zone, take the touchback, and then for some reason he decides to make something more of it, and instead of 1st and 10 at the 20, the Falcons will have 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line after the recovery of the blocked field goal.
So 1st and 10 for Fitchburg State. It is Connor Fitzsimons taking the snap for the Falcons on the first run of the game. The Falcons go not much of anywhere. Javon Brown-Simpson with the run.
So after the injury to Garrett Delakiai and the uninspiring play of James Antonelli, Connor Fitzsimons becomes the 3rd starting quarterback for the Falcons this season, and he is in a not an enviable position here. 2nd down and 12 at his own 4.
Falcons with plenty of receivers to the left side. That's where he throws, and it's incomplete. They're looking for Taylor Ekstrom, but Ryan Jarzavak there for Western Connecticut to break it up.
Yeah, freshman quarterback trying to force this one, and just covered up all the way by Shelby Quinn Franklin, freshman.
3rd down.
Fitzsimons from Flushing, New York, went to Fort Hamilton High School. 7:49 to go in this first quarter. No score. The Falcons on 3rd downs this season at 36%. This is a throw to the left side looking for Jesse Brown, and it is complete. Looks like that'll be enough for a 1st down as he catches it just short of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take a look again, and Ryan Jarzavak on the coverage here. A nice catch.
Fitzsimons was under a bit of pressure. He didn't really get a chance to step into that. He just kind of slung it out there, and it was a well-delivered ball, and it's good for a Falcon 1st down.
Actually, they're going to measure.
Really?
That's what they're going to do with this one.
Okay.
It was very close. I thought it was good enough, but perhaps the chains will tell us a different story.
And, of course, they have to bring them all the way down from the far sideline. I think he got it.
Benjamin says a Falcon 1st down.
It was about as close as could be. In fact, from our angle, it almost looked like he didn't have it, but he just barely had it.
Stupid parallax effect.
The Falcons will take it nonetheless.
Falcons 1st and 10 from their own 16.
So a little bit of rest there for the Falcons. Fitzsimons on first down, fakes the throw as he hands off to Javon Brown-Simpson. And the Falcons trying to push him forward, get as many yards as they can. Turns into a little bit of a rugby scrum and all that for 3 yards.
For a second there, it looked like both lines were just going to crash into each other, and there would be a pile of 22 men just pushing each other slowly and slowly further and further upfield.
Gain of a few for Brown-Simpson. Falcons with 2 in the backfield. Connor Flynn is there, along with Sterling Garvin. Fitzsimons to take it out of the pistol. He'll give it off to Garvin, and he's immediately wrapped up. He's going to get about a yard on that play, but that'll bring up 3rd down.
Flynn, the converted linebacker, acting as a fullback there as the Falcons try to get more from their running game.
Looking at the stats this year in terms of conversions, no team has attempted more 3rd down conversions than Fitchburg State this year.
That's
102 coming into today.
That's not good.
And they're only 6th in the conference in conversion percentage.
That's also not good.
It is not. Fitzsimons to the right he'll go. And that is through the hands of Taylor Ekstrom. And Connor Flynn not able to get hands on it either. And that'll bring an end to this first Falcons drive of the game.
Equan Brooks jumped the route there. Looked for a second like he was going to be able to pick that one off. But the Falcons, they get a 1st down, but they're going to have to kick it away.
Ludwig back in to punt it away for the Falcons. And Aqua Franklin, the freshman from Northford, Connecticut, ready to take this one in. He'll make the fair catch at the 40-yard line, his own 40-yard line. 60 yards to go for WestCon on their 2nd drive of the day.
So, Alex, we've seen possessions from both teams. It really looked like Western Connecticut was able to move the ball pretty easily up until they had their field goal blocked. What do you think the Falcon defense needs to do to adjust?
Well, I think they need to really hone in on the running game. I think that's been Western Connecticut's strength up to this point. And try to stop them again towards the red zone. They did a very good job. It seemed like they tightened up very well once Western Connecticut got to the 25. And just don't allow him into the end zone.
1st down, it'll be McKinnon up the middle. He's going to get to about the 45. McKinnon with 20 yards running on the first drive. Quinn Fleeting with 30 yards passing. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, up the middle, and you're going to see a lot of this from Western Connecticut State. A lot of runs up the middle. And getting back to what Fitchburg State needs to do defensively, maybe look for some blitzes up the middle, try to plug those holes.
Delayed handoff to McKinnon this time. Michael Nickel there trying to act as a fullback. McKinnon breaking some tackles. Shakes off Josh Brewster there. He's going to get past midfield.
Let's take a look at the replay here. I thought McKinnon stepped out of bounds at his own 49. See if we can get a shot of his feet down there. Right there on the near sideline. Nope, I guess I was wrong. He very nearly stepped out of bounds, but then was able to lunge forward for 6 more feet and pick up the 1st down.
He's doing well the motor today. 1st and 10 for the Colonials. Different back in the backfield. Fleeting not looking at him. He's going to go to the left side, and it's dropped by D'Souza. He would have almost surely had a 1st down. He just could not hold on to it.
Yeah, Fitchburg State very lucky here that this one was not caught. Souza had a lot of room in front of him. Right through the hands. A great throw. Should have had that. Really should have had that one.
You see it so many times here in Division III. Fleeting picked the worst place to hit his receiver. Right in the hands.
So usually the case. It's funny how that works out sometimes.
2nd and 10. It'll be a handoff. Again, new running back into the game right there, and that is Khalil Patterson, the sophomore. He'll take it for about 3 yards. He'll bring up 3rd down again.
And here's McKinnon again.
3rd and 7.
Fitchburg State reading the ball very well on the runs. This might get very predictable as the game goes on, too. I would watch out for that. Fitchburg State, we'll see. I mean, the running game is going to be the key for Western Connecticut today.
McKinnon dropping back to go left, but Fleeting's going to go over the middle, and he's going to find nobody.
Looked like he was trying to find Shelby Aqua Franklin over the middle, but Aqua Franklin just tripped. Couldn't see if he was pushed or if he fell. But as it is, the pass falls incomplete, and Western Connecticut will have to kick it away.
Right now, the only receiver that Fleeting's been able to find has been Lucas D'Souza, and that drop pass ends up haunting the Colonials as they're going to have to punt it away. And it'll be D'Onofrio back in to do just that.
So another opportunity for Western Connecticut State to pin the Falcons deep in their own territory. The first came off of a blocked field goal. And now Fitchburg State takes a timeout as they're somehow unprepared to defend a punt.
It's WestCon taking a timeout because the play clock was just about to run out, actually.
Oh. See, I was looking at the head linesman who indicated a Falcon timeout.
And I ended up waiting until the official pointed to WestCon. But nonetheless.
Damn you and your accuracy. Damn you.
I'm inaccurate a bunch of times. You'll get me back later. I know you will.
I'm sure I will.
So we would like to thank the underwriters that make this broadcast possible here on FATV and all of our broadcasts as well.
We certainly would. FATV Remote Productions are underwritten by Unitil, Fitchburg State University, the Fitchburg Sentinel and Enterprise, MART, Minuteman Press, Rollstone Bank and Trust, and Workers Credit Union. Thank you so much.
4:23 to go in the first quarter. No score between the Falcons and Colonials. D'Onofrio has punted 14 times this year. Michael Nickel has also punted 14 times. They're about equivalent, basically, in terms of performance. But we see D'Onofrio this time, who will kick it away. It's a decent boot downfield. Herbert Acosta back there to field it. He'll try to return it. Not much of a space for him to go. And he's going to run right out of bounds.
Acosta pretty much ran out of bounds as he was picking up that ball, maybe 3 yards on the return.
It was a very solidly placed punt there by D'Onofrio, and there really wasn't much that Acosta could do with it.
So now, Alex, the Falcons come out for their second possession. What have you seen from Connor Fitzsimons that he needs to work on here?
Well, I think his passing accuracy, I mean, it seems like he's just slinging the ball around right now. But, I mean, he's a young player. Just working on the chemistry with him and his wide receivers. He just hasn't really gotten a lot of playing time. So I think if he can develop some accuracy, get the ball down the field, Fitchburg State will be in good shape.
One thing I think the Falcons also need to work on is their line and trying to create holes for their running backs, as they've been having a lot of trouble with the running game this year. Javon Brown-Simpson on first down, getting a good few yards there.
It's tough to develop a running game, especially basically all season the Falcons have been having quarterback difficulties. When teams know that you've got your second or your third string passer in there, they're going to stack the line. They're going to force you to beat them deep, and Fitchburg State hasn't been able to do that.
Second down, Fitzsimons throws a quick swing pass out to Jesse Lastra. Lastra shakes off a tackle but can't shake off the rest of the Colonials rushing in. And it'll be another few yards for the Falcons.
Yeah, John, you bring up a great point, and it's all about developing chemistry. This is a very familiar play call. Jesse Lastra on the screen here, getting the ball up the middle for a few yards. A safe play, sets up a third down and short.
I had no idea
Second down and short.
I had no idea where the box man was going with that one. He was wandering downfield.
Third down and short.
They may actually measure this.
Well, I think they're going to need to get all of their ducks in a row, because down on the field they've got it marked as second down. If this is short, it will be third down. And I think it is short.
Unless the parallax effect is going to mess with us again.
Nope, this time we've got a shot right down there. That is by one chain link.
Third and short.
So it is third down and about, what's the length of one of those chains? 3 inches? 2?
2 inches maybe?
3rd down and 2 inches.
I should have measured that back when I used to do chains.
You did used to do the chains.
Yep. I usually did the box.
It's far too early in the game for us to once again tell the story of the time you got run over.
Nah, I don't need to do that. I already got that in once this season. But it will be 3rd and short. And a handoff, and it's not going to be nearly enough for Javon Brown-Simpson. Immediately wrapped up in the backfield. Take a guess which 24 it was.
Well, as we take a look at that, we also notice that Dominique Carr runs off the sideline after making the play here. It's actually Carr who makes the hit, and then immediately you see him get up, and he is favoring his arm. We'll see if we see Carr again for the rest of the game.
It's a good catch, John. See, you got me back already. Falcons will look to boot it away. As Ludwig set deep back there. This one will take a Fitchburg bounce. Immediately fielded at the 40. It will be fumbled. Is he down by contact, or is it this time? Let's see what we've got.
I'm pretty sure that the officials are going to come to the belief that Shelby Aqua Franklin was down by contact. Either way, Western Connecticut retains possession. We'll take a look at this one again.
Yeah, we'll see right here. No fair catch call, so he is fair game, and he was clearly down.
I wonder if he ever had
back.
full control of the ball, to be honest with you.
Well, that's another question, too. I mean, that's a good point. But Western Connecticut State nonetheless gets the ball back.
And the officials are going to rule that Aqua Franklin never fully controlled the ball, so it was a fumble. It's just a matter of 4 yards lost. Real quick, Danny, I want to get your thoughts on the 3rd down play call. The Falcons obviously don't have any kind of an under center formation. They go with a very deep handoff on 3rd and 2 inches. What's the mindset there?
Well, I think it is just that. They don't really have any plays that have them lining up under center, except for the quarterback kneel down. And if you put Fitzsimons under center like that, it's kind of telegraphing that you're going to go with a sneak or something of that nature. A short gain for WestCon on their first play of this 3rd drive. So it's kind of tough. I mean, you want to get that run in there, but if you line up closely under center, then it might be telegraphing.
That's true.
So that's one of the challenges there to play selection. On 2nd down, it'll be McKinnon blasting up the middle. DeMar Collins there for the Falcons.
Kyle McKinnon is just running people over today. He was taken down from behind by Mahmoud Sam. But DeMar Collins just got knocked backwards by the Colonial running back.
DeMar Collins became a pin, and Kyle McKinnon was the bowling ball. 3rd down and 2. One receiver on either side. Falcons really stacking the box here, and McKinnon has nowhere to go.
Falcons showed blitz, and they came with the blitz, and it's Malcolm Brown-Simpson who brings down McKinnon. You see him there, number 2. Take a look at this one, Alex.
Yep, Malcolm Brown-Simpson up the middle, and you see it, Fitchburg State showing pressure right up the middle, doing what they have to do, getting McKinnon stopped in the backfield, and yeah, this is going to be very predictable, I think, for Western Connecticut State. Watch the runs up the middle, and if you do that more and more, I think Fitchburg State's going to be right in this game.
And so we'll see D'Onofrio back in to punt it away, and Herbert Acosta ready to field it. High wobbling kick. Take a bounce to Acosta. He's going to try to return this one as well, and he'll get a few yards like he did last time. The Falcons will have their best starting position for a drive with 7 seconds to go in the first quarter from about the 33-yard line.
So, as you said, Dan, just 7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Really, these two teams are very similar. They're both very predictable and I almost want to say bland on offense.
Yeah, it does seem like a bit of the excitement has been lost. Quinn Fleeting has not gotten his mojo going. He hasn't been throwing it. It's already been 12 runs for McKinnon, 14 running plays all's told, to just 5 passes for WestCon. They've just been run, 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 run. And now Fitzsimons will look to pass on first down. He's going to go long downfield, just too long for Jesse Lastra. That's how the first quarter will end, with a long and loud incompletion.
So just as, well, I'm saying that the offenses are being bland, the Falcons take a shot deep. And honestly, Alex, even though that was incomplete and a little overthrown, I think it's good just to loosen WestConn up and get them to be a little more honest on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Spread them out, especially in the backfield. Western Connecticut State's a very young roster. That's the thing that we have to keep in mind of. So really stretch that out, and man, he just missed him up the middle.
Now the thing with homecoming weekend is you get one of the best crowds of the season. Families coming down to support their team, and you got to see the big crowd here packing Elliott Field.
It really is a capacity crowd here at Elliott Field. There are plenty of folks milling around up here behind us near the production truck, taking in all of the festivities. There's food, there's fun, there's games, there's some drinks if you want to do that. There's some drinks if you want to bring some of those to the press box. We'll say thank you for those. But, you know, if you don't want to come down for whatever reason, again, fatv.org, from the comfort of your couch, you'll be able to watch the Falcons.
And for the second quarter, John Gugerty, take it away.
All right. So the Falcon offense, second down and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Connor Fitzsimons in the shotgun. And a quick pass to the near side is complete. That's Jesse Lastra. Lastra cuts it out to the near sideline, tries to turn the corner, but he is shoved out of bounds by a couple of Colonials, including number 9, Dominique Carr. So good to see him back out onto the field after suffering that injury.
Ended up being just a 1-yard gain on this quick pass to the right side. And although they have the 3 receivers lined up, they've got all the blockers there ready to cover, and there's really nowhere for Lastra to go.
So third down and 9 now for the Falcons. Looks like Sterling Garvin in the backfield.
3 to the left.
Fitzsimons looks to the left, looks over the middle. Now he's going to keep it himself. He's across the 35, brought down short of the 40-yard line. Gain of just a couple of yards, and the Falcons will go 3 and out.
Looking for an opening, looking for somebody open downfield, and he couldn't find anyone open. Pump fakes once, rolls to his left. That point realizes it's just better to try to run and get as much as he can. It is a positive running play, but it's not nearly enough for a first.
So Christopher Ludwig will kick it away, and set back deep for the Colonials is Shelby Aqua Franklin. Ludwig's kick is a good one. Bounces at the 35. Aqua Franklin picks it up at the 25. Cuts to the near side. He's across the 30. Breaks 2 tackles, but he's finally going to be shoved out of bounds at about the Western Connecticut 36-yard line.
About 11 yards run back there by Aqua Franklin. And Usman Sam getting the tackle that knocks him out of bounds. Not the greatest field position for WestConn to start, but we'll see what WestConn can do this time. Maybe they'll even consider throwing it through the air.
Oh, imagine that. First and 10, Western Connecticut at their own 37-yard line. Kyle McKinnon in the backfield with Quinn Fleeting. Play action fake. Fleeting will throw. He's going to throw it long. He's got a man open. That's D'Souza. Pass is incomplete. Well defended by Fitchburg State. That's David Desemy with the coverage. There is, however, a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Previous spot, first down.
We'll try to break down this play instead. A long throw downfield, and Desemy right on his back, but he never grabs D'Souza. He never reaches around him just at the very end to knock the ball away. So
Ball is roughing the passer against the Falcons, and that is a killer. 15 yards and a first down. So, Alex, one thing I've noticed on these last 2 possessions, both teams taking a shot deep downfield.
Yeah, they are, and they're really trying to stretch out this defense. And right there was a very good throw, but even better coverage. So Western Connecticut State trying to open up this game a little bit, trying to get away from the running game a little. because, quite frankly, they are getting a little too predictable, and I think it was getting exposed on that last defensive possession by Fitchburg State, showing more blitzes up the middle.
Play action on first down again. Fleeting under pressure. He breaks free, cuts to the left. He's across the 40. Marked down at the 45-yard line. Gain of about 4 for the WestCon QB.
Yeah, and a nice job by Fleeting to stay on his feet. I don't know if we'll see this again, but he will stumble a little bit, and we will see it again. The coverage, really nowhere for him to go with the football. It takes it up the middle, and you see right there, able to stay on his feet, pick up another 4 or 5 yards, make something out of nothing.
And good work by Malcolm Brown Simpson to bring down Fleeting from behind. It looked like Fleeting had ducked out from beside him, and he was able to get much more yardage, but Brown Simpson was able to bring him down from behind. Now 2nd down and 6. Kyle McKinnon, the ball carrier. No, excuse me, that's 22 for Western Connecticut. Khalil Patterson with the carry. And Patterson is across the 45 to the 42. It's a gain of about 3 that'll set up 3rd down.
Try to change up the running backs, see if they can get a little more out of Khalil Patterson. Gets about 4 yards on a run to the left side. That's not that much different from most of the runs that we've seen WestCon try today, just trying to get through the line. Eventually be wrapped up by a flock of Falcons, at least 5.
Looks like Malcolm Brown Simpson on that replay was trying to get the football away from him as well. Whoa!
High snap over the head of Fleeting all the way back into WestCon territory. Fleeting falls on it. That's going to be a loss of about 27 yards.
We saw a couple high snaps in the first quarter. That one very high. No way.
Alex, you get the credit for this one. You saw this coming.
Yeah, I did. I mean, this was really destined to happen. You saw, especially on the first drive of the game from Western Connecticut State back in the first quarter, a lot of high snaps. They got away with it then, but this one just airmailed over the head, and a large loss, and it'll be 4th down and a big change in field position here. It'll be interesting to see how this punt goes for Western Connecticut State.
Fitchburg State finally rushing their 11th man onto the field as the snap is taken. Herbert Acosta brought down at the 40-yard line. I really don't understand, Alex, how you can have an offense that runs exclusively out of the shotgun and be this deep into the season, and your center and quarterback still don't have that communication.
Yeah, it's very hard to explain, especially when you really do see about 90 or even 100% of the snaps being out of the shotgun. It is something that Western Connecticut State really should have shored up by this time of the year. And it's something that they will have to really talk about at halftime.
Play action fake for the Falcons. Fitzsimons dumps it out to the far side. That was intended for Connor Flynn. Fitzsimons didn't get the accuracy he wanted there. He was under a lot of pressure and just had to get rid of the ball.
Threw it in the vicinity of Connor Flynn, but it was well short. Just one of those challenging plays to the left side.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Fitchburg State. They're at their own 43. And Fitzsimons looks to his left. He throws, pass is complete. Taylor Ekstrom makes the catch. Ekstrom is brought down at midfield. That was very nearly a pick 6, Alex. Take a look at this replay.
Yeah, let's see it right here. And, Western Connecticut State read that perfectly, but the pass had just enough on it to gain the yardage. And
Dominique Carr was about 6 inches away from taking that ball to the house. As it is, it's an 8-yard gain for the Falcons. Sets up 3rd down and 2 at midfield.
Very small window he had to throw through, just barely got it through.
Handoff straight up the middle. I believe that's Sterling Garvin, the ball carrier. And Garvin plunges forward for a Fitchburg 1st down.
It was the other one.
It was Javon Brown Simpson.
But still good enough for a first. He blasts through the line, much like WestCon tries to do. But he gets plenty of yards there, more than the 2 that he needed. And they're into Colonial territory.
I believe this is the first time the Falcons have had the ball on this side of the field.
Probably since Framingham, to be honest. They did not have a lot of plays in the opponent's half of the field during Maritime.
Brown Simpson gets a big hole on first down. He's finally brought down after a gain of about 6. The Falcons will go no huddle, try to push the advantage. 2nd down and 4 for Fitchburg State at the 40. Fitzsimons calling signals. They have trip receivers to the left. Play action fake. Fitzsimons throws over the middle. Pass is tipped and incomplete. Intended for Connor Flynn.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Just a quick throw up the middle to Connor Flynn, but well defended.
Looked like Ryan Jarzovic getting there, getting his hands on that one, just breaking it up. It looked like it was right in Flynn's breadbasket, but he had his hands in there as well to knock it away.
So it'll be 3rd down now for Fitchburg State. Maybe 4-down territory, although they'd certainly like to pick up something positive here. Play action fake. Fitzsimons throws to the left. Pass is complete to Ekstrom. He's across the 35. That's good for a Fitchburg 1st down. And all of a sudden, Alex, the Falcons are rolling.
Yeah, Tyler Ekstrom, you'll see it right here. He has open space, and the throw is right on the money. Ekstrom able to pick up a few extra yards as well after the catch. Get the ball inside the 35 down to the 34. Fitchburg State moving the ball.
4 wide receivers on 1st down. Fitzsimons looking to his right. He throws to his right. Ekstrom is there, and he makes the catch. Mark him down at the 15-yard line. That's another Falcon 1st down.
And another nice throw there by the freshman. You'll see it again. Looking to the right the whole time. And a great throw right to the hands.
Great throw, great catch, great coverage by the FATV camera crew. It's 1st and 10 Fitchburg at the 17-yard line. Now Ekstrom goes in motion to the far side. Quick pass is complete to him. He's going to try to do it himself. He's across the 15. Mark him down at the 10-yard line. Connor Fitzsimons and Taylor Ekstrom are copacetic right now. The Falcon offense is rolling.
The Falcons have been struggling with injuries in terms of their receivers this year. Ekstrom's been one of them. It's good to see him healthy, good to see him making plays. He and Fitzsimons hooking up to keep this drive going downfield.
2nd down and 3 for Fitchburg State, looking for their first points at Elliott Field in more than a month. Handoff goes to Javon Brown Simpson. He trips and falls. He's actually going to lose a couple yards. Looked like his feet just went out from under him.
He blew a tire is what happened here.
You'll see right there.
That's exactly what happened.
Tackle to nobody.
So 3rd down and 3. Sterling Garvin checks into the backfield for Fitchburg State. Just about halfway through the 2nd quarter, 8 minutes left to play here in the 1st half of a scoreless game. Motion to the near side comes Jesse Lastra. Fitzsimons looks to his right. He throws. That pass is swatted down at the line of scrimmage, so the Colonial defense stacks up tough. They force Fitchburg into a 4th down and 5.
Well, Fitzsimons was looking to the right side, and with Laster moving over to the right side, he had 3 players onto that right side, so maybe they just sniffed something there, and the line able to match up the throwing motion, put their hands up, block that pass, and bring up 4th down.
Fitchburg State will eschew the 27-yard field goal. They will instead go for it. 4th down and 5. Fitzsimons throws to his left for the end zone. Jump pass is intercepted, brought out of the end zone by the Colonials, running down the far sideline. That's Douglas Katz with the pick. He's all the way into Falcon territory, still on his feet, and finally brought down at the 28-yard line. A 72-yard return for Doug Katz.
What a reversal of fortune there. The Falcons that close to scoring, and an interception. That ball was high, too high for Jesse Brown. Picked off and taken back for a long, long run back. Now Westcott in business.
And quite frankly, guys, you're lucky that he didn't take this all the way. You see, he had room to cut back to his left. He had
That's Fitzsimons making the tackle, actually.
Fitzsimons there on the play to save the touchdown for sure.
What a swing of momentum in the last 30 seconds. It looked like Fitchburg State was going to score, and now Western Connecticut is set up with their best field possession of the day. 1st and 10 at the Falcon 28-yard line. Handoff goes straight up the middle. That's Kyle McKinnon. He lowers his shoulder and bulls forward, maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
That is all leg strength on that play there. just lowering his head, lowering his shoulders, and just marching forward.
It's like running the sled drill in practice, really.
Pretty much. Can't see who was being pushed back there. Eventually he got him down.
2nd down and 10 now for Western Connecticut at the Falcon 28-yard line. Back to pass is Fleeting. He throws to the right, intended for McKinnon, but that pass was high and over his head.
Looked like just a bit of miscommunication on where McKinnon should have been, or maybe Fleeting just overthrew it. If he had found McKinnon, McKinnon would have plenty of yards. There's no Falcon within 10 yards of him.
I think Fleeting kind of threw that ball off his back foot, had to get a little more air on it than he wanted to, and the result was the pass sailing over the head of his intended receiver.
Another 3rd down. This would be great for the Falcons' defense if they can turn that interception around and force a big stop here.
Fleeting looks to his left. Under pressure, he's going to roll to his right. Now he just dumps it off, throws it high and out of bounds, near enough to his intended receiver, Austin Calamita, that they're not going to get him for grounding, but that was very much just throw the ball away.
Yeah, and a great defensive stand by Fitchburg State there after the pick. And they're going to force...
Well, it's. I don't think they're going to kick a 45-yard field goal. I think they're going to go for it here.
Oh, I think you would have to at this time. On this yardage, it's only at the 28-yard line, 4th down and 10.
And really, if you know you're going for it on 4th down, I have to wonder why you don't hand it off on 3rd, try to get some yardage.
Yeah, that's a very good point. You really want to get as close as you can at this point.
4th down pass by Fleeting is over the middle and complete. That is a Western Connecticut 1st down. Jaward Chisholm with the catch. He's across the 15. Stop the clock, mark him down at the 14-yard line. Let's take a look at this one again.
Yeah, Fleeting made his best throw of the drive right here by a long shot, right up the middle. Hits his wide receiver in stride, and easy 1st down, and a big hit there.
Probably the best pass we've seen Fleeting throw all day. So WestCon now 1st and 10 at the 12. Handoff goes straight up the middle to McKinnon. He dives forward. He's across the 10, mark him down at the 8. It's a gain of about 4 yards.
Another one of those regular old run up the middle line, dive at the end, get a few yards here and there, just marching forward. He probably thinks get 3 or 4 more of those and he'll have 6 points.
So 2nd down and 6 now for WestCon. They can get a 1st down without getting into the end zone. McKinnon the ball carrier again, and he plunges forward. Might have gained a couple. Call him down at the 6-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 4.
This time just trying to run around the left side, find an opening, and Javon White is going to close said opening. Only 1 yard gained.
Michael Nickel heads to the sideline for the Colonials. They'll bring on Lucas D'Souza as an extra receiver. McKinnon is the lone running back to the left of Quinn Fleeting in the shotgun. Now D'Souza comes in motion to the near side. He'll set up on the right side. Fleeting looks to his left. He throws to his left. That pass is incomplete. Knocked out of the hands of the receiver. I believe they're going to say that's incomplete.
The way they're looking at this,
Fitchburg State is saying they have the ball.
looks like they're going to call completion, fumble, Falcon ball, and a flag at the very end.
Alex, take me through this play. What is happening here?
Yeah, let's see if, well, he did take 2 steps. That's very, very close. That's very close. There's no challenge booth here at Elliott Field, is there?
I think it's good for Fitchburg State that there isn't. I cannot believe that that is ruled a completion and then a fumble.
Yeah, I would say he did not have possession. The hit really came right after he made the catch. And I think what the ref saw was he did take a step or two.
Ruling on the play, catch, a fumble, recovered by Fitchburg. Down. After the play, we have a dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct on Connecticut. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So a break on top of a break for the Falcons, in addition to the fumble recovery that would have given them the ball but deep in their own territory. Now there's an unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Colonials that marches the ball forward, and Fitchburg State has it manageably at their own 16-yard line.
Incredibly good fortune for Fitchburg State right there. Let's see how they can take advantage of this.
So now, Danny, 4:51 to go here in the first half. How aggressive do you think the Falcons are going to be on offense?
Well, they are going to get the ball back to start the second half, so they don't have to be too aggressive, but I'd like for them to continue to improve on what they did on that last drive.
Handoff up the middle. That's Javon Brown-Simpson, the ball carrier. Not much doing for him. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. We'll take a look at it again.
Brown-Simpson, the ball carrier.
There's Brown-Simpson up the middle and read pretty well at the line of scrimmage.
It comes down to sometimes you find the opening and sometimes you don't, and that was one of those plays where they didn't find the opening.
I don't think there was an opening to be found there. The Colonials defense did a really good job stopping the line. Motion to the far side for Fitchburg State. That's Cody Mullen.
Sterling Garvin, the ball
Garvin,
carrier.
the ball carrier, gains a couple.
Garvin up the middle, but guys, I feel like Fitchburg State needs to open up the ball game right here. Maybe look for another pass up the middle if they can find it. We're ticking down under 4 minutes here at the first half. Fitchburg State will get the ball back to start the second half. I think right now is the time to see if you can really push for some points. This is looking like a game where every point's going to matter, especially the way Fitchburg State's defense has been playing with Western Connecticut State driving. So let's look and see if they can open it up.
Fitzsimon's deep drop. His pass is intercepted. Second pick of the day for Western Connecticut. Cutting back to the near sideline, still on his feet, and finally brought down at the 4-yard line is Zachary Connolly.
Trying to go with that deep ball downfield, and I didn't see a Falcon anywhere near that ball.
I didn't either, and we'll take another look at this on replay. I don't think there was anybody near this one. Just trying to throw it up there, and
1, 2, 3, 4 Colonials to one Falcon in your shot there. And Connolly with a big return. WestCon once again first and goal, this time at the 4-yard line of Fitchburg State.
I like the idea, though, from Fitchburg State trying to get the ball downfield, but just the absolute wrong throw to make. And Western Connecticut State takes advantage, and now they are really in a great position inside the 5.
Handoff goes to McKinnon on first down. He is untouched. Touchdown, Western Connecticut. Just like that. One play, 6 points, and WestCon gets on the board first.
Yeah, taking advantage of the turnover, and turnovers have plagued Fitchburg State all season long. You see it here, and Western Connecticut State taking advantage on their first play after the interception, and an easy run up the middle. And Western Connecticut State on the board first.
It's got to be disheartening when you're on defense. You make stop after stop, play after play, and then just when it looks like the offense is going to score, they throw a pick in the end zone that gets returned all the way back deep into your territory. So you make another stop, and you force a fumble, and you get the ball back, and then they turn it over again, set you up first and goal at the 4. Really nothing the Falcon defense could do to stop that.
Yeah, really, really frustrating first half for Patrick Haverty and Fitchburg State. It's going to be interesting to see what this halftime speech is going to be like. I don't think Fitchburg State has played necessarily all that bad defensively. I think just bad turnovers, interceptions, untimely interception. I mean, every interception's untimely, but Fitchburg State has had 2 here, especially the one towards the goal line there, and then the other one here trying to force the ball downfield. And Western Connecticut State taking advantage of a very short field situation with their running game, and we're going to see this all day long from Western Connecticut, running the football up the middle, and they finally get the short field thanks to their defense, and they take full advantage.
In this Falcon defense has held Western Connecticut to just 75 yards on 30 plays, 2.5 yards per play. They've been very good today, but it's very hard to stop a first and goal from the 4.
It really, really is. So Fitchburg State will get the ball 3:16 left to play here in the second quarter. I think this kickoff return is going to do a lot to determine how aggressive the Falcons will be on offense. End-over-end kick, taken in at about the 18-yard line. That's Herbert Acosta. Acosta's across the 35 to the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So Herbert Acosta with a good return. Falcons have pretty good field position. And real quick, Danny, we saw Connor Fitzsimons have some sustained success, completing a few passes in a row, but now he's been picked off on his last 2 throws. What do you think we're going to see from him here?
Well, I think for one thing, I mean, he's probably going to be looking a lot for Taylor Ekstrom, who he was making a lot of those throws to earlier. But one thing I do want to see out of the Falcons, I don't want to see them go run, pass. I don't want them to try to do their best Marty Ball impression. There's a reason why Marty Schottenheimer never won in the playoffs. A too predictable offensive scheme. Run, pass, punt.
Play action fake on first down. Pass is incomplete. Bounced at the feet of Taylor Ekstrom.
Well, that's kind of what I was looking for. I wanted them to try to pass on first down, look for Ekstrom. Did both of those. The throw was just very low and didn't really have much of a chance.
Really, one thing I've noticed from Connor Fitzsimons, he is not your traditional over-the-top passer. He's very much a sidearm kind of slinging in there kind of guy. Now on second down, rolls to the right. Pass is complete to Ekstrom. He's across, they're going to mark him down across midfield at about the Colonial 49-yard line. Still a yard shy, but Fitchburg State is in Westcon territory.
Brings up a 3rd and 2, but that 8-yard gain, and again, he's finding Ekstrom. And as long as Ekstrom remains open, and Fitzsimons should keep throwing to him. Just don't keep, but make sure you make a smart decision on that one. You don't want to throw to force a throw to him, especially having been picked off twice.
3rd down and 2 for Fitchburg State. Worth noting they do have 2 timeouts remaining. 2:35 now to go here in the second quarter. Westcon showing blitz, now saying the Falcons made a false start, and we're going to get a timeout Fitchburg. Fitchburg State not liking what they were seeing from the Colonial defense.
Still a lot of time left. 2:30 to go, Fitchburg State. And the clock stops on first down, so Fitchburg State has some options here if they can get the ball downfield.
It is
beautiful
day out there.
Hey, you said it. I mean, look at that foliage on a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Perfect temperature for football. Bright sunshine.
Think about what the weather was like 2 weeks ago when Maritime was here. You weren't here for this, Alex.
No, you were in Indy, you lucky son of a so-and-so.
Well, that just happened to be my birthday weekend, so I had to get away. But, yeah, you're right, though. The contrast in weather between then and now is just amazing. And this is a lot more fun, I would say. And this is a much better game, too, as well, from what I heard anyway.
3rd down and 2 for Fitchburg State. Taylor Ekstrom goes in motion to the far side. Fitzsimons takes the snap. Handoff to Javon Brown-Simpson. He breaks one tackle, spins forward. Brown-Simpson is going to be marked at the first down. A good second effort by Javon Brown-Simpson, the senior running back out of Lynn.
I like that idea a little better than the last drive, going with the pass twice and then a run on 3rd down, especially if you're thinking about going for it. You mentioned earlier, if you think about going for it, I think it would have been close enough to the point that maybe it was worth taking a chance on it. So they go with the run on 3rd down. Javon Brown-Simpson gets the 3 yards, and now it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Falcons at the Colonial 46-yard line. 2:08 left to play here in the second quarter. Play action fake. Pass to the near side is complete. Taylor Ekstrom again. He slips out of one tackle. He breaks it. He's down the near sideline. Stays in bounds. 10-5. Touchdown Falcons. Taylor Ekstrom, a 46-yard catch and run. Fitchburg State is an extra point away from tying this game up.
And the big thing is how Ekstrom was able to stay in bounds, just dancing down the sideline. He stays in bounds. I was saying for Fitzsimons, keep looking for Ekstrom. If he's still open, he's still open. and he finds the running room. He finds the space.
Great blocking by the Falcon receivers. Good work by Ekstrom to duck out of one tackle, and then he just tiptoes down the sideline. He stays in bounds, and now a critical extra point attempt by Christopher Ludwig. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and we are tied. 1:54 to play here in the second quarter. Fitchburg State scores their first points at home since their first home game of the season, and we are knotted at 7.
Yeah, and a nice job, guys, like you said, by Ekstrom. But what I want to see again is the blocking at the line of scrimmage that really sprung him. I mean, he had a fantastic hole there to make his move, go to the sideline, and he did indeed stay in bounds. We did see it. And, man, if we could see this replay again, and you'll see the blocking at the line of scrimmage. Let's see this again, if we can get it up. And a nice throw. Ekstrom had it, and look at that blocking at the line of scrimmage. Just fantastic, and a nice stiff arm as well. And he did stay in bounds. A great tiptoe effort, and he had all the open space in front of him to get into the end zone. A huge play for Fitchburg State in many, many ways. Psychologically, after just giving up the touchdown, able to come back and tie the game up in short order. You know that they're going to get the ball back to start the second half. So it's game on now.
So now, Danny, let's turn our attention to Western Connecticut. 1:54 to play. You've got all 3 timeouts. As Alex said, Fitchburg State is going to get the ball to start the third quarter. You'd have to think Joe Loff is thinking we're trying to put points on the board here.
Yep, I would think that would be an idea. It's going to be a touchback, and the ball's going to be at the 25-yard line, so 75 yards to go on a booming kickoff from Ludwig. But, yeah, I think that's the idea. If you can get the passing game in order. Quinn Fleeting just 4 of 9 through the air today. They've been relying on Kyle McKinnon. And although he's been getting those yards pretty consistently, it's 16 for 42 on the day, which doesn't sound as good as when you think when you see him making those runs on the field.
And McKinnon is a guy who put up, what was it, 274 yards last week?
246.
246.
On 32 carries. Quite a high number. But I guess Maritime's defense not playing as well as they were 2 weeks ago.
So now Western Connecticut State, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Fleeting back to pass, looks to his right, he throws to his right. Pass is complete, brought down just across the line to gain. Austin Calamita, his first catch of the day.
Yeah, Calamita looks like he actually went out of bounds a little bit short, but they'll give him forward progress. You'll see it right here. He does step out just right at the line, but he was a yard ahead when he caught it. They'll give him forward progress, and 3 timeouts for Western Connecticut State here. 1:45 to go.
Fleeting back to pass on 1st down. Throws high over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Jawad Chisholm, but it was well over the receiver's head.
Yeah, nice coverage there by Fitchburg State. This is a very predictable defensive series for them. I think you're going to look at a lot of passes here from Fleeting, trying to get the ball down the field, trying to get the ball as close to the end zone, maybe set up a last-minute field goal here as the half goes down, but they're going to be definitely throwing the ball.
2nd down and 10 for WestConn at their own 35-yard line. 99 seconds left here in the first half. Fleeting play action fake. He's under pressure. He is brought down in the backfield. Credit the sack to number 9 for the Falcons, Kyreek Watford. Take a look at this one again.
Yeah, and the coverage was excellent down the field. Really nowhere for Fleeting to go, and only a matter of time before he was taken down in the backfield. You almost have to just get rid of the ball in that situation. Field position is so important right now, this stage of the half. But he takes a sack, and the clock continues to run, and a long 3rd down now for Western Connecticut.
Kyreek Watford and Mahmoud Sam delivering the hits, and now all of a sudden WestConn is content to let the clock run. They have all 3 timeouts. They finally take one with just 3 seconds left on the play clock. I guess they figure they're not going to get 3rd down and 15. So WestConn will run out as much of the clock as they can before kicking it away.
Just an update on the numbers today. Quinn Fleeting 5 for 11 for 63 yards. Kyle McKinnon 16 for 42 on the ground. The leading receiver is Lucas D'Souza with 2 for 30. He had the first 2 catches for Westcon today. For the Falcons, Connor Fitzsimons 9 for 118, 111 in the touchdown, but has been picked twice. Javon Brown-Simpson just 10 carries for just 16 yards. It's been a struggle, but Taylor Ekstrom, the go-getter in terms of receiving today, 6 for 92 and a touchdown. Those are the stats as they stand right now.
And really, Alex, this has been an evenly matched back-and-forth game. A lot of times you say, well, one team's lucky to be only down by 14, or this really should be a 20-point game. 7-7 feels about right as we head toward the end of the second quarter.
It really does, and you're looking at two teams that have very, very similar game plans, and you've seen it so far here. I mean, both defenses have been able to figure out what the offense wants to do, and I think that's what's made this game such a stalemate. But I think it's just come down to field position and time management. And you see it right there, Western Connecticut, very young and inexperienced quarterback. You have to get the ball away there if you're Western Connecticut. I think field position is very important at this time. And with 57 seconds left here, you're going to probably see them run the ball again. But like as you said, you know, a very, very, very evenly matched. We have a very evenly matched game right here, and that's what you're going to see, really. It might come down to who has the ball last this afternoon.
Third down handoff up the middle goes to McKinnon. Timeout Falcons with 51 seconds left.
I like that timeout by Pat Haverty. They're going to get 51 seconds here to get the ball back and see what they can do. Western Connecticut clearly trying to just run as much clock out as they can. And with good field position here, remember, as we've said, Fitchburg State's getting the ball back to start the second half. They can really do whatever they want here on this last offensive series.
There really is, well, you don't want to say there's no risk because we've already seen one pick that was very nearly returned for a touchdown. With that having been said, assuming they can avoid the pick six, there is little risk for the Falcons in trying to get more points on the board.
Yeah, just play it safe. Do another screen pass if it's open for you and available. I like how they did that for their touchdown. That's what you're going to have to look for. Just look for the safe passes. If it's not there, just try to run the ball up the middle, maybe on a draw. That's what I look at. Maybe just try to take this into the half, and they're going to have the first series of the third quarter.
High spiraling kick taken in by Herbert Acosta at the 30-yard line. He ducks out of a couple tackles and plunges forward. Mark him down at the 41-yard line. So the Falcons will have 42 seconds with which to work as they try to maybe take the lead before we head to the locker rooms.
And I think as far as the halftime speeches go, I think Pat Haverty has to be more pleased than Joe Loth about how this game is going. I think Fitchburg State will take a 7-7 score line going into halftime. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think Fitchburg State has to have a lot of confidence coming into the third quarter. I think they've been the better side here, even though this game is only 7-7.
Danny, your thoughts?
I agree with you. I think the Falcons have played better. I've liked what I've seen out of the defense. That's not been the problem on this 4-game losing streak. It's been the offense. But we've seen some flashes here.
Play action fake looked like they wanted to do the draw. It was blown up immediately by the Colonials. Nick Crowley eventually bringing down Fitzsimons before he can hand the ball off. Take a look at this one.
Yeah, just a rush at the line of scrimmage and really no blocking, no help. And
the Falcons don't have to run another play if they don't want to. They can just say, halftime, 7-7, we'll take it.
And they are going to set up to take a knee here, I believe.
It wasn't even necessary as there was less time on the game clock than the play clock, but...
So Fitchburg State takes a knee and we head to the locker rooms tied at 7. It is homecoming weekend here at Elliott Field. If you're thinking about coming down, absolutely come on down. There is a ton of stuff to do. There is food. There is fun. It is a beautiful day. It's an excellent football game. And the score is tied. Fitchburg 7, Western Connecticut 7. We'll take a break for halftime and be back with the third quarter right here on FATV. Let's go.
Fitchburg State University cheerleading squad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a homecoming welcome for the Fitchburg State University Performance Dance Team.
As the Falcons take on the Colonials of Western Connecticut State, tied at 7 as we begin the third quarter. I'm John Gugerty alongside Alex Bogdasarian and Danny Bolak. And Danny, it has been the evenly matched game that the score would indicate.
Absolutely. Both quarterbacks completing about 50% of their passes. Both teams' running games decent but not great. It's been well balanced between the defenses right now, and it's been a great game.
Third quarter kickoff is taken in by Herbert Acosta. He tries to cut back to the near sideline, but he is dragged down by Kamal Valentine. First time we've called his name today, the senior linebacker out of Windsor, Connecticut, making a great special teams play. Falcon offense comes back onto the field. They'll set up about 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. And Alex, what have you seen out of the freshman quarterback Connor Fitzsimons so far for Fitchburg State?
Well, they've been very conservative with him. Him being a freshman, but I think he's done pretty well. I mean, out of the two quarterbacks, he looks the most poised. 9 of 18, 2 interceptions. Those 2 picks were kind of big, but I think Fitchburg State overcame that. So I look for a lot from him here in the second half. Fitchburg State trying to get more aggressive.
First handoff of the third quarter goes to Javon Brown-Simpson. He breaks out of 1 tackle, but is still brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Call it 2nd down and 12 coming up.
Yeah, and another point I want to make is that throw that he made, I think it was towards the end of the first quarter or into the second quarter, the one that he missed right down the middle of the field, the one that it was a very good throw but just led a little too far.
Really the one deep ball he's thrown all day.
Deep ball. I feel like Fitchburg State might try to get back into that if they want to open up their offense a little bit here in the second half.
2nd down and 12 now, Fitchburg State. Fitzsimons throws over the middle, passes incomplete. He was looking for Taylor Ekstrom, and Danny, he's done a lot of that so far today.
6 catches for 92 yards on the day for Taylor Ekstrom. He's been the go-to guy, and I've been saying keep throwing to him as long as he's been open. But, you know, Joe Loth, the head coach for Western Connecticut, you have to think that was something he had to be harping on during halftime, is cover number 10 in green. Make sure he's not open at all.
Falcons send a couple men to the sideline, bring on an extra receiver in Cody Mullen. 3rd down and 12 for Fitchburg State. Sterling Garvin in the backfield. Fitzsimons looks to his left. He throws to his left. That pass is incomplete. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. He was looking for Jesse Brown.
Yeah, not sure if Jesse Brown was supposed to cut back on this, but that one just thrown way too far behind him, really.
That's what it looked like. It looked like he was making that slant to the right, and he was probably supposed to cut back there as the ball was well behind him. There was nobody covering at all. If he had made that cut back, it probably would have been a catch.
So Fitchburg State loses 2 yards, and they'll go 3 and out. Christopher Ludwig on to kick it away for the Falcons. High end-over-end snap, bounces at the 46 and takes a Falcon roll. This is going to get all the way deep into the Colonial territory, mark it down at the 36-yard line. A really good punt by Christopher Ludwig.
Very good punt.
Of course, that's how the field turf bounces. You take those bounces as they go, and it gets the Falcons an extra 15 yards to work with. So instead of the Colonial starting in Fitchburg territory, they're starting at their own 36.
And guys, we saw a whole lot of Kyle McKinnon in the first half. Let's see if Western Connecticut decides to stick with him or maybe open up the offense a little bit more here. I think it was getting a bit too predictable there towards the end of the half.
WestCon comes out with 2 running backs. It is McKinnon alongside Michael Nickel in the backfield. Play action fake. Quinn Fleeting will throw to the near side. Pass is complete. Austin Calamita the catch. He's into Falcon territory with a first down for Western Connecticut.
Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, and a little bit of a draw play there. Throws Fitchburg State off and a nice gain up the middle.
And after that first down for Western Connecticut, let's send it down to Amanda Agassi down on the sideline.
Hey guys, so I just spoke to our senior quarterback Garrett Delicia, and he told me that he's feeling great right now. Unfortunately, he's not dressed for the game, but he's cheering on his boys from the sideline. He told me a couple things that they need to work on is really just go for those passes. They really need to get some more points on the board. He's really confident that the defense is doing a great job, and we just need to keep the defense off the field so the offense can score. But he's really confident that they should be able to pull off with the win. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Amanda. And as you can see there, Amanda is wearing the uniform of the Falcon Performance Team. We saw a wonderful performance by them at halftime.
We did.
Doing the double duty on that today.
So this penalty will back the Colonials up. It's another 10 yards they lose. It'll bring up, I believe that's going to be first down and 21 rather.
20 the hold, I guess.
Holding right at the line of scrimmage, so it will in fact be first down and 20 for Western Connecticut State. Fleeting back to pass, throws to his left. That pass is complete. That's D'Souza the reception. He's across the 45 to the 46-yard line of Western Connecticut. It'll be a second down and about 14 now for the Colonials.
Throw to the left side, 6-yard gain, and for some reason, the thing that caught my eye the most is that Western Connecticut must be short on towels because Kyle McKinnon has in his waistband a Fitchburg State University towel.
Wow. We are generous hosts here at Elliott Field. Second down and 14 coming up for the Colonials. Play action fake, Fleeting throws to the left. High pass, incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Calamita. Well defended there by the Falcons.
Just a host of Falcons downfield. Also the fake handoff. See, Brian Monaco had McKinnon wrapped up for a moment, ready to throw him to the ground. I think, wait, you don't have the ball. But in the end, the long throw, 2-3 Falcons back there. Not really much of a play for Calamita to make.
So third down now and 14 for Western Connecticut. And there you see the Fitchburg State towel worn by Kyle McKinnon. Fleeting will throw, looking long to the left. Jump ball incomplete, out of bounds, overthrown, intended, I believe, for Roosevelt Ward.
Yeah, you'll see right here, Fleeting really looking to his left the entire time, and just a bad throw. I mean, this one thrown right out of bounds. Really wasn't much there.
And third downs have been where the Falcons' defense has shined. That was the 9th attempt on third down for WestConn. They have failed 8 times.
And they will kick it away here. Herbert Acosta has had a pretty good day returning. He's set up at his own 25 to run this one back. High snap. Kick is away. High spiral. Acosta all the way back to the 10 before he makes the catch. He's going to try to get yardage, but there's really nothing doing there. Alex, I don't know if you got a chance to see that through the window we have here in the press box. The Falcon coaches in the near sideline were they were aghast that Acosta even tried to make anything happen there.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought he really should have tried to fair catch that ball. It would have made a safer play for him because then nobody can go near him. And you could tell the Fitchburg State coaching staff was very upset that he tried to make something out of that.
So Fitchburg State pinned back deep in their own territory. Feels like it's the 7th or 8th time today we've said that. 1st and 10 at their own 11. Play action fake. Fitzsimons throws to the right. Wide open is Taylor Ekstrom. They obviously didn't get your memo, Danny, to cover number 10. Taylor Ekstrom has another first down.
Another opening on the right sideline. As long as Fitzsimons keeps seeing number 10 in green open, he's going to keep throwing in that direction.
That was a wonderful play-action fake. He actually took the ball out of the hands of Javon Brown-Simpson before delivering it to Taylor Ekstrom. That's easy for me to say.
And you can see how quickly Brown-Simpson got wrapped up there. It was going to be a loss if he held on to the ball. Good take.
1st and 10 Falcons. Now Fitzsimons back to pass. Throws over the middle. Pass is complete. Close to the line to gain.
It's Ben Sattywhite there on the far side making that catch, his first of the day.
Sattywhite getting into the game here. Ball thrown up right where he can get it. He uses his size, takes advantage.
It's a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1 now for Fitchburg State. They go trip receivers to the near side. Handoff goes straight up the middle. That's Javon Brown-Simpson. He's across the 35, so he's got a first down. And in that regard and that regard alone, it is a good play. And we have an injured Colonial down on the side, down at the field, rather. That appears to be, well, it is number 99, and there are 2 defensive number 99s listed for the Colonials.
It is one of Michael Kaiser or Devon McFarlane, one or the other.
That is all we can say. Hopefully he is all right. We'll take a look at it here.
And it looks
See
like
there he gets rolled up from behind.
His ankle got rolled over, and he was in a lot of pain right away. But now he bounces up. He's walking his way back.
He's walking off the field under his own power, unassisted. Not limping very much right now, so hopefully he will be all right.
The handoff was good for a first down, so Fitchburg State has it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line as they look to take the lead here. Fitzsimons passes on first down to the near side. I think WestConn knew that one was going to Taylor Ekstrom. Very good defense there by Michael Washington. He brings him down in the backfield.
And Jesse Brown was back there to try to block out Washington there from making that tackle, but he ended up basically getting both of them at the end. That one, I guess, a little too obvious. And that's a fine completion in WestConn's eyes.
Yeah, they will happily let you complete passes for -4 yards all day.
Absolutely, that works for them. And Ekstrom, if he was over 100, is now under 100. Or, well, actually, he had 7 for 105, so he's at 100.
Falcons changing personnel. Sterling Garvin comes into the backfield, and they have to call timeout. Couldn't get the playoff in time. So Fitchburg State burns their first timeout. 9:40 to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that's a bad timeout. Costly there. You don't really like to use them this early in the second half, especially in this tight of a game, and you can see the coaching staff not very happy about that.
I mean, in a game this close, you don't know if you're going to need those timeouts later. I mean, they are a delicacy. You don't just use them up willy-nilly. You don't just tear through your supply of timeouts early in the third quarter. It's not a good look.
9:40 to play, third quarter. Game is tied at 7. Fitchburg State and Western Connecticut Falcons looking for their first ever victory over the Colonials.
And the last time the Falcons took on the Colonials 2 years ago here in Fitchburg, that game went to overtime, and the Colonials, of course, pulled out that victory. Last year, it went down at Danbury, not even close, 57-30 in favor of WestCon.
I don't think we're going to see 57 points today.
I would hope not.
Shovel pass to the near side is for Sterling Garvin. He might have gained a yard. Well, it's a different play call. I would stop before calling it an effective one.
At least it was a different call.
Pitch
That's all I'll say on that replay.
Pitch out, roll to the left, and never found the opening.
So it's 3rd down and 14 now for the Falcons as they look for anything to get some momentum going. Fitzsimon's calling signals. He's back to pass, looking over the middle, throws over the middle. Pass is complete to guess who? Taylor Ekstrom. He's got a Falcon first down.
And he took a shot. He's a little shaken up after the play, but gets up. And a great catch. Really led up the middle. Those are the most dangerous balls. You'll see it right here. Ekstrom finding space, and there's a shot right there by 34.
A big hit delivered by Doug Katz. Katz already has an interception on the day. He adds a big tackle to his resume there.
Yet another completion, though, for Ekstrom. We'll see if that has any effect, though.
1st and 10, Falcons on the 47. Fitzsimon's throwing long to the left. Pass is brought in. Incomplete. They're going to rule he was out of bounds. Jesse Brown had 2 steps on his defender. Pass was a little bit behind him. Alex, take a look at this one again.
Well, one of the best catches you'll ever see, but unfortunately this one happens on the wrong side of the field. But look at that catch. Unbelievable.
It's a good job by Brown, but I think it is the correct call. He was out of bounds by the time he controlled the ball. And that is, once again, excellent camera work by the FATV crew.
They've been spot on today.
Fitzsimon's pump fakes, throws long to the left. Brown is open again. This time he makes the catch, stays on his feet. He's across the 30. Mark him down at the 26-yard line. A big catch and run for Jesse Brown. First down, Fitchburg.
Well, they look to Jesse Brown again this time, and Fitzsimon's able to put just enough on it. And Brown is wide open. He gets up, elevates past his defender, and gets those yards after the catch. Inside the red zone now are the Falcons.
Nice awareness by Brown to cut inside and pick up another 7 yards after the catch. And this crowd loves that play.
1st and 10, Falcons at the 17. Play action fake pass to the near side is complete. Jesse Lastra loses the ball and then falls on it. Very close to the line to gain. I think they're going to mark him a yard shy.
Yeah, you'll see it right here. Lastra with the play, making the catch, getting inside the 10, and then an anxious moment right here is like he gets the ball stripped, but he's right there to fall on top of it. Fortunately for Fitchburg State.
2nd down and 2. Falcons knocking on the door. Fitzsimons rolls to his right, throws for Ekstrom. Pass is complete. He lunges across the line. Touchdown, Falcons! Taylor Ekstrom with his 2nd touchdown catch of the day, and Fitchburg has the lead.
Just finding your favorite target on the right side. Taylor Ekstrom getting back into the end zone for Fitchburg State. Fighting for every inch as one of the Colonials is down on the field right at the end zone. But let's look at this play again.
Yeah, this is going to be a fake handoff bootleg. And Ekstrom is wide open on the side. All he has to do is fight his way in, which he does. And the ball clearly across Fitchburg State, taking the lead, their first lead of the game.
Looks like that's Michael Washington down for the Colonials. You saw him laying the hit on Ekstrom, trying to bring him down before he could get into the end zone. And there you see Garrett Delakiai, all smiles on the sideline. A big hug for Connor Fitzsimons. Fitzsimons with his second touchdown pass of the day, both of them to Taylor Ekstrom. This one gives Fitchburg State the lead.
Ekstrom having quite the day, 10 catches for 125 yards, and now the 2 scores.
While we have a second here, guys, as they attend to Michael Washington along the far sideline, let's take a second to thank the underwriters. Fitchburg Sentinel and Enterprise is one of them. You see them represented here today, along with Unitil, Fitchburg State University, Mart, Minuteman Press, Rollstone Bank and Trust, and Workers Credit Union. We want to thank the underwriters who make this and all remote productions possible for FATV. Christopher Ludwig on to attempt the extra point for the Falcons to make this a 14-7 game. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:45 to play in the third quarter, Fitchburg State has taken a 14-7 lead.
Very good drive by Connor Fitzsimmons. You have to be impressed with him there. Made a lot of very good pass plays. Dan, I'm sure you have the stats on this drive for him.
Yeah, Fitzsimons just hooking up a lot with Ekstrom again, but that one long play downfield to Jesse Brown, that was a huge, huge play for the Falcons. And it was good for him to go back to Brown after he nearly made that circus catch. That 37-yard catch really bolstering this drive. 10 plays for 89 yards in 4 minutes and 1 second.
You said it, Danny. On back-to-back plays, they went deep to Jesse Brown. The first time he was open and the pass just wasn't delivered, so they went right back to it. He was open again. This time the pass was on target. It was a big gainer, and it led directly to the touchdown for Fitchburg State.
Now we're going to see the Falcons play with a lead here. They haven't played with a lead at home since the Castleton game, and they haven't really had as much experience as they would like with playing with a lead.
Fitchburg State looking for their first win since that Castleton game. They've lost 4 in a row, looking to turn that around today.
It's a lot of fun. I'll tell you exactly what to say, okay? You sure?
Ludwig's kick is away. It's a high kick. Taken in deep in his own territory by Jawar Chisholm. Cuts to the near sideline. A huge hit levied by Cody Mullen. The Falcons are feeling themselves right now. A big hit on this kickoff return. Take a look at this one again.
Yeah, let's see it right into the shot right there, right on number 1 of Western Connecticut.
Shelby Aqua Franklin will be feeling that one tomorrow. Cody Mullen coming in and lighting them up.
Fitchburg State trying to establish dominance as they play with the lead. Western Connecticut trying to get back to level here, down by 1 score. 7:40 to go here in the third quarter. They take over 1st and 10 at their own 15. Handoff goes straight up the middle. That is
McKinnon again.
Kyle McKinnon.
And McKinnon is not having nearly the level of success that he had last week against Mass Maritime, slicing and dicing through the Buccaneers' holes. This time, he held for just another couple of yards, if any.
They're going to mark him back at the initial line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 10 now for the Colonials.
2nd and 10.
Motion to the near side comes Chisholm. Play action fake. Fleeting rolls to his left. Looking to throw to his left. He's going to keep it himself. And he ducks out of bounds after a gain of about 5 yards. Good little run there by the Colonial quarterback.
And for Fleeting, he just didn't find anywhere to go, so he just rolls to the left side, gets a couple of yards on it. And one thing to watch with Quinn Fleeting, although he's fairly good at throwing through the air, he's fumbled 7 times this year and lost 5 of those. So not adept at holding on to the ball. That might be something to watch out for. It might be something for the Falcons defense to focus on.
Especially as they bring more pressure trying to play with the lead here on defense. Now 3rd down and about 7 for the Colonials. And we get whistles and flags before the snap.
Start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
False start against the Colonials, and suddenly everything is working against them. They're backed up. They'll face 3rd and 12 now.
It's just the 4th penalty that they've been guilty of in this contest for 36 yards. Just going to make things even tougher, especially since they're 1 of 9 on 3rd downs today.
Falcon defense has been strong all season and strong again today. Western Connecticut looking to break through, 3rd down and 12. Fleeting back to pass, under pressure, throws over the middle, passes high and incomplete, just off the hands of his intended receiver. He was looking for Jawad Chisholm. He found nothing.
Yeah, you'll see the ball thrown in right where a spot where Chisholm can go up and grab it. He just doesn't have the hands to make the play on this. Western Connecticut needed that one, but again, it turns into a 4th down and another punting situation for them.
So the Falcon defense stands tall again. Herbert Acosta sets up at about his own 42-yard line to take in this punt. Kick is away. It's a low line drive, bounces at the 45. Acosta picks it up at midfield, and he is shoved down pretty much right away. And another Colonial player is down. I believe that is Tucker Basham, the long snapper.
Also wearing number 29.
So now the Falcon offense comes back out, and we get back to what Garrett Delkiai was saying to our sideline reporter Amanda Agassi. The offense needs to hold the ball, keep the defense off the field, let them rest. Fitzsimon's back to pass on 1st down, throwing long to the left. Pass is short and incomplete. Believe he was looking for Jesse Brown once again. Well defended by Zach Connolly. Take a look at this one again.
Yeah, tough pass right here. You'll see. Just try to sling it up there, hope for the best into double coverage, but, I mean, great coverage there by Western Connecticut. An interesting play call there. I figured they would have run the ball, but Fitchburg State trying to force the ball downfield again, get into another scoring situation.
3 receivers to the near side. Screen pass is complete to Taylor Ekstrom. He gets a couple of blocks and charges forward. Gains about 4 yards before he's brought down.
So with the long pass not working on 1st down, they go back to the short pass, go back to Taylor Ekstrom, pulls in his 11th catch of the day, and he's able to get around for 4 yards. But only so much you can do sometimes on these plays, and many Colonials ready to make the tackle.
Fitchburg State now sets up with 3 receivers to the far side right. Javon Brown-Simpson is the running back to the left of Connor Fitzsimons. Fitzsimons throws to his left. That's complete to Jesse Brown. He breaks 1 tackle. He's across the 35. Mark him down at the 34-yard line of the Colonials. Stop the clock, move the chains, and the Falcons are moving the ball through the air, Alex.
Yeah, they sure are. And you can see it more and more as this game goes on. The Falcons wide receivers are getting open down the field, and they do have height. That's one thing that they've had all season long. They have height. If Fitzsimmons can get him the ball, then they're going to move the ball down the field for sure, and you see it right there. One of his best throws of the day, and Fitchburg State picking up another big 1st down.
False start there by the left guard, Zach Pierre. Back the Falcons up 5 yards. It'll be 1st down and 15 at the Colonial 39-yard line. Fitchburg State going with 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. Javon Brown-Simpson is the lone running back. Play action fake, pass to the near side is intercepted, picked off by Brennan Diaz, and Diaz is shoved out of bounds by the quarterback Fitzsimons. And Connor Fitzsimons comes up holding his right knee. Take a look at this one.
All right, we'll see some Fitzsimons really forcing this one, and this one taken back for the Colonials all the way to about the 39. And, I mean, again, if he had looked to his left side, probably could have taken that to the house, I feel like. He had the blockers in front of him. So Fitchburg State lucky that this game has not been tied up, but that's something to watch now. Fitzsimmons coming off the side.
So 1st and 10 Colonials at the Falcon 39-yard line, looking to take advantage of good field position off the turnover. Fleeting's looking for it all. He throws for the end zone. Diving attempt, passes incomplete, just out of the reach of D'Souza.
After the interception there by Brennan Diaz, just trying to go for the home run pass on 1st down, and Fleeting just chucking it upfield. Bit of an opening there, just couldn't quite come out with it, was D'Souza.
Would have been an incredible catch. Ball was just out of his grasp.
High degree of difficulty. Nearly got the reward, but not to be, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now as Connor Fitzsimons tries to stretch out his right knee, James Antonelli is warming up on the near sideline. 2nd down pass is swatted down. Malcolm Brown Simpson got a hand on it. We'll take a look at this one.
Looks like Fleeting trying to make a play. A little bootleg out here, but Brown Simpson reads that one perfectly. Just bats the ball away.
Knocks it down with one hand. He would have liked to have come up with the one-handed pick or something of that nature, but he'll take the incompletion.
Lucas D'Souza heads to the sideline for Western Connecticut State. Michael Nickel checks in. 3rd down and 10 now for WestCon, and there's plenty of movement before the snap. The Colonials can't get on the same page.
Michael Nickel hasn't really been able to get involved with the game today. Lines up on the line, and he just jumps it and then some. He was 5 yards downfield before the ball was even snapped.
He thought it was go on 2 when it was actually go on 3.
It's like he's starting a track meet right there.
3rd down and 15 now for the Colonials. 4:20 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Play action fake. Fleeting will throw long to the right. Pass is incomplete. There is a flag down. A couple of officials also have their hats off, indicating that guys went out of bounds along the near sideline.
There's a flag down.
That ball looked like it was not even close to catchable, though. It looked like it was going to be at least 5 yards out of bounds. But contact on the way downfield.
Definitely uncatchable, just looking at that replay.
Not a catchable ball.
And the officials are going to be discussing this one. I mean, if the call is pass interference, you can't be calling that on a play that they had no chance on. So let's see.
Holding, defense. During the pass, 10-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
But they still can call defensive holding a 10-yard penalty in the college game, and like in the NFL, an automatic 1st.
So that is a big deal. And Alex, it gets back to something we mentioned at the start of the program. Penalties are just shooting the Falcons in the foot.
Yeah, and a game like this where Fitchburg State looks like they're the better team, this is the equalizer right here. Bad penalties down the field, turns a 3rd down into a 1st down. And, yeah, that ball was uncatchable, but you'd never want to have defensive holding. That's going to be a 1st down every single time. And Western Connecticut State with new life here.
So now 1st and 10 for the Colonials at the Falcon 34. Dancing out of tackles is the ball carrier. That's Kyle McKinnon once again. Gain of about 3 for him.
McKinnon trying to go up the middle, trying to really establish himself in this game, which he hasn't been able to. This is nothing like the game that he had last week. Fitchburg State's done a fantastic job of neutralizing him, and it's really given Western Connecticut State's offense a lot of trouble trying to get into this game. It's been very frustrating for them so far.
High snap on 2nd down. Handoff goes to McKinnon. He cuts back up the middle, breaks one tackle. He's across the 15, dives forward. He's actually going to be marked down at the 18-yard line. It's a good run for Kyle McKinnon, probably his best of the day, and a 1st down for the Colonials.
Yeah, I would say this is his best run of the day right here. He cuts back inside. The offensive line does a great job opening up a hole for him, able to get down the field. But another high snap, guys. Something to watch for again here in the 2nd half. Western Connecticut State having a lot of trouble with those shotgun snaps.
Michael Nickel joins McKinnon in the backfield. They'll go 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers here on 1st down. Handoff goes to McKinnon on the sweep to the right. Gets a couple blocks, and he's shoved out of bounds after a pretty good gain. Give him about 5 yards.
Here it is again, trying to go to the side here for a change. Offensive line really blocking well up the middle, but Fitchburg State able to get to the side, push him out of bounds just for a minimal gain.
Now 2nd down and 6 for the Colonials as they look to get the ball in the end zone and tie this game. 2:35 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff goes to Kyle McKinnon, straight up the middle. And he is swarmed by a flock of Falcon defenders, driven back after maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Seems like WestCon is recommitting to this run game, trying to find those holes again, trying to get that yardage as much as they can. Before that run for the first down that McKinnon had, his longest run today was just 6 yards.
6 yards is what the Colonials need here on 3rd down. Falcon defense was once again set up having to defend a short field. They will try to do so here. Fleeting will throw, looking to his right to the end zone. That's a jump ball. The Colonials come down with it. Touchdown, Western Connecticut. Roosevelt Ward with the touchdown reception, and now WestCon can tie this game.
What a great pass by Fleeting, and you'll see it right here as he led the wide receiver back inside, away from the coverage, and a great call. Western Connecticut stayed right back into the game, now 14-13. Fleeting's best ball of the day, in my opinion. Being able to lead the wide receiver back and a chance to tie the game up right here with the extra point.
Jordan D'Onofrio on to attempt the extra point that would tie this game. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 1:46 to play here in the 3rd quarter. We are tied at 14.
And a lot of clock taken off on that offensive possession as well for Western Connecticut State. And again, all their points have come off of turnovers by Fitchburg State.
Yeah, that play set up by the interception earlier in this game. And for WestCon able to drive downfield and tie this game. The one, as I mentioned before, the Falcons 0-4 all-time against WestCon. The one game here in Fitchburg that they've played back in 2014 in overtime. So we could have another game go down to the wire like it did this time. Just for curiosity's sake, because I kind of want to mention this, the other 3 games we mentioned 57-30 at WestCon last year. In 2013, 70-14.
My word.
And the first time these two teams ever played each other, 2004, it was 31-17. WestCon coming away with the win. And in all those cases, the 04 game was just an old non-conference game since 2013. WestCon, a member of the MASCAC for football, normally a member of the Little East for other sport.
Falcons looking for their first MASCAC win of the season, as well as their first ever victory over Western Connecticut.
And that last drive, 7 plays for 39 yards and 249, and it all started with the interception.
Kick is away, taken in by Herbert Acosta at the 15-yard line. Cuts to the near sideline, gets a block, cuts it back across the middle. He's across the 40-yard line. Herbert Acosta has had a really good day on these kickoff returns. Sets the Falcons up with good field position, 1st and 10 for them at their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, you said it. He's had a great day, and field position is going to be a big part of this game going forward into the 4th quarter. And, guys, what I saw out there on the field is great blocking by the special teams of Fitchburg State. They've had a great game.
Connor Fitzsimons, after suffering a bit of a knee injury, is back in at quarterback. Handoff goes to Javon Brown-Simpson on 1st down. Good hole for him. He's able to plunge through it. Picks up about 8 yards. Falcons are into Colonial territory.
Take what you can get. In that time, the Falcons line able to open up a hole for Javon Brown-Simpson to blast through for 8 yards. That's his longest run of the day.
It's a bit sad when we're 1:14 to play in the 3rd quarter and your longest run of the day is 8 yards, but the Falcons will take it. Brown-Simpson remains in the backfield. He also has a fullback in the form of Flynn. This time he's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Call it a loss of 2. It'll set up 3rd and about 5. Ball now inside Falcon territory.
Maybe a little too predictable on 2nd down to try to go back to the run there. Again, run through the middle, even with Flynn there as a fullback, just not able to create a hole that time. Westcon sniffed it out, and a loss of 2 yards sets up 3rd and 4.
Connor Flynn goes in motion to the near side. Play action fake. Fitzsimons will throw. He throws to his right. Pass is complete to Connor Flynn. I believe that's Flynn's first catch of the day, and it's good for a Fitchburg first down.
Right you are, John. First catch of the day for Flynn, who got his first career touchdown last week and first career catches against Worcester. And just sort of leaped up in the air and sort of made a tumbling catch, if you will.
Connor Flynn, the converted linebacker, still actually listed as a linebacker in the program. He's been working as a fullback for the Falcons. Handoff goes to Javon Brown-Simpson. Last play of the 3rd quarter. It's a positive gain, about 4 yards on the run.
So obviously that pass for Flynn, getting that first down, might throw Westcon a little bit off kilter. Then it sets up the run for decent yardage. And since we're in the middle of the field, the teams don't really have to run that far, especially the chain guys. Not a lot of work for them on this one.
It does have to stink for the chain guys. If it's like first and goal at the 5 at the end of the quarter, you got to go all the way down, set up again.
Yeah, not so much the chain guys, but the box. The box has got to always run down there.
Yeah, it's not fun. So, Alex, as we head into the 4th quarter, this game is tied. What do you think the Falcons need to do if they want to come out of this one with a victory?
Well, I mean, just continue to pass the ball down the field if they have openings. I think that's been their most effective way to move the ball in this game. Especially get the ball to Tyler Ekstrom as much as you can. I mean, he's been the big playmaker of the day for Fitchburg State. Fitzsimmons had a decent quarter, but again, he has to cut down on those interceptions. I mean, that's really been the thing that's plagued Fitchburg State in this game. And we saw it last week. Critical turnovers, critical penalties. Fitchburg State really needs to do a good job in closing this game out. It looks like this one's going to come down to whoever has the ball last.
4th quarter here at Elliott Field. Danny Bolak, take us home.
All right. And it's a handoff to Javon Brown-Simpson. Cannot find that hole on the right side. Stumbles as he runs into the pile. And it's going to be a loss of about a yard. Another 3rd down for this Falcon offense. 7 for 13 on 3rd downs today. And we mentioned before, no one's had more 3rd down opportunities than Fitchburg this season in the MASCAC. See what they'll set up with this time. I would personally think about passing on 3rd down. We'll see how much Westcon snuffs it out, as it'll be Fitzsimons going back. He's going to heave it downfield. Long throw. It's too far, though. Jesse Brown, Jesse Lastra both in the vicinity, but neither of them quite able to get there. Seemed like maybe Justin Witherspoon was the closest of them all, and he's wearing white.
There were 2 Falcons and 3 Colonials all grouped up together, and then the ball landed 3 yards beyond any of them.
Yeah, and it looks like he had an opening there on the side if he wanted it. Sterling Garvin made a run towards the sideline. Looked like he had a little bit of an opening. It would have been tough to get him the ball, but I think it would have been a safer play.
Ludwig will now try to pin the Colonials deep. They're going to get out of the way this one, and the Falcons aren't going to be able to down it. It's going to be a touchback ball at the 20.
There are, however, flags down. Western Connecticut jumped the snap. Fitchburg State, if they wanted, could take the 5-yard penalty and maybe go for it, or at least kick it again.
Defense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 4th down.
I mean, I know I'd absolutely be accepting that penalty. If they want to think about punting it again, try to pin them inside the try to pin them deeper inside the 20. But
if nothing else, it's another opportunity to pin them deep, and that looks to be the way the Falcons are going.
They would have to get to the 35-yard line for a 1st down.
Man, I want to go for it here. I understand why they're kicking, but I think I'd go for it.
Well, let's watch to see what they do. They will punt it. Second chance for Ludwig. See if the Falcons can down it well. It'll definitely not be a touchback this time. It takes a bounce slightly in the direction of WestConn's favor, but it is inside the 20-yard line, and that's what the Falcons were looking for. They'll get a few extra yards on that at the end of the day.
It's about a 5-yard gain, which makes sense for the offside penalty. Again, I understand why Fitchburg State kicked it. I'm not terribly upset. I'm not going to rant and scream and say it was definitely the wrong call. I think I would have gone for it there. Fourth and 2 at your opponent's 37-yard line. Maybe it's just because I play Madden, but I would have gone for it.
Yep, that Madden logic, although I think considering where WestConn has started a lot today with the ball, that's not at all a bad idea, I think. I mean, the 35 is about normal for where they've started. And their 2 touchdown drives, they started from the 4 and the 29. The Fitchburg 4 and the 29. On first down, a handoff to the left side. Bubbling and stumbling through to the left. McKinnon again getting some yards.
Anthony Bednar is one of many Falcon defenders bringing McKinnon down on that play. Really, Alex, this entire Falcon defensive line has to be proud of the effort they've put in so far.
Yeah, you have to be very impressed with them, the way that they've played in this game so far, especially since Western Connecticut is very much a running offense, and they have done a fantastic job, really, of neutralizing the rushing game, especially Kyle McKinnon. Really nothing like the weekend that he had last week. You have to give credit to Fitchburg State controlling the line of scrimmage on defense.
There's an opening there on second down, and McKinnon will be down well past, I've lost my yard lines, well past the 30. It's going to be good enough for a first.
And just as we're talking about how the Falcon defensive line has been able to stuff out those holes, McKinnon has a big hole to run through here. He isn't touched at all until he's well into the second level. About a 15-yard gain sets up 1st and 10 Colonials at their own 33.
A big gain. I mean, those are the little flashes that we've seen out of McKinnon from last week. I know we weren't watching that game. But McKinnon finding all the holes, finding all the opportunities to gain big yardage. This time, it's Fleeting who holds on to it, tries to roll out to the right side, and he never finds anything. It's a loss.
McKinnon got a big gain on that last play, but it seems as if the success for the Western Connecticut offense was, in fact, fleeting. I've been sitting on that one all day.
It had to be. 2nd and 12. Ward and Chisholm line up to the left side for WestConn. McKinnon remains in the backfield, as he's been pretty much all day. And he'll take this handoff as well. He'll try to go around to the right side, finds an opening. He's bustling downfield to the 50, to the 40-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds. At the 42-yard line in Fitchburg territory, that's the biggest run of the day.
Well, as you see in every level of football, if you run the ball long enough during the game, the defense will start to get tired. And you see McKinnon down the sideline, really untouched, one of his best runs in the entire game. A big, big gain for Western Connecticut.
Keeps the mojo flowing for the Colonials. A big gain on the right side. Now the Colonials back into Fitchburg territory. As we said, their most successful scoring drive was just a 29-yard drive. They've had to work for this one, and on first down, a run up the middle gets about 1. A 26-yard run on that last play for McKinnon, setting up that first down, and he's now over 100 yards on the day.
And because of a couple of big gainers, his average is actually looking pretty nice. 25 carries for 110. You'd think 4.5 yards a carry, that's pretty good. That really has not been the story up to this point.
He's only had 2 really good runs on the day, and for the most part, he gets a few here and there. Sometimes he gets stuffed. Patterson going to try to run it on second down, give McKinnon a bit of a break, and he's going to get about 5 on that. He'll set up third down.
See it right here, Patterson just giving McKinnon a break. A modest run right there for about 5 yards.
So 3rd and 5 now for the Colonials. I would think this is 4-down territory for them.
Have we seen them go empty backfield this game? I don't think we have.
I don't believe we have, no. They go 5 wide.
So let's see what they do here. 3rd down. Fleeting, rolling, right side, throw is caught. It's Ward right near the stick.
That is not at all a generous spot. Roosevelt Ward spotted a full yard shy.
It'll be 4th down. Once we've seen WestCon go for it, and they got it when they did.
4th and 1 now. You definitely go for this one, don't you, Alex?
Oh, absolutely. At this spot of the field, this is too long for a field goal.
Got Nickel as a fullback here, and McKinnon. McKinnon will take it, and this is going to be close. I don't think he's got it.
He's brought down in the backfield. Mahmoud Sam with possibly the biggest defensive play of the day for Fitchburg State brings down McKinnon in the backfield.
Yeah, we'll see this again. When you're a running team, the defense knows what to do, and it really puts you at a disadvantage in the short yardage situations. Best running back that Western Connecticut has had all day has no shot. Fitchburg State just right up on the line of scrimmage, controlling that play right from the beginning, making the stop, and they take over on offense.
Big shift in momentum for the Falcons. On 1st down, Ekstrom makes the catch on the right side. Ekstrom trying to cut back and through. He'll be down at around the 43-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain.
Fitchburg State's trying to seize the momentum here after that defensive stop. And they go to their best player, Tyler Ekstrom. On the side, wide open, tries to cut back inside. Has a very nice gain of 9 yards on the play.
12 catches on the day for Ekstrom. Run on 2nd down, a pump fake and throw out of Fitzsimons to try to draw WestCon off guard. It's going to be a couple yards, and a couple is really all the Falcons need for another 1st down.
Javon Brown-Simpson with another 2 or 3 yard run, just enough to move the chains. Good work by him, just lower the shoulder, push the pile as far as he could. Not much of a hole, but it's enough to get the 1st down.
Falcons have trips to the right side. Botched handoff, Fitzsimons gets it back, tries to save it, ends up throwing it incomplete to Ekstrom, but that's much better than what could have happened there on the botched handoff.
That was nearly disastrous. Take a look at this one. I think Brown-Simpson thought that might have been a run. He knocks the ball loose, and Fitzsimons is able to just throw it at the feet of Taylor Ekstrom, and it'll be a 2nd down and only 10.
And looking at where Ekstrom was and where the box was, if he makes that catch and his tackle's where he is, that's a loss. That's a fine drop. He didn't make a play on it. He shouldn't have made a play on it. Good on Fitzsimons to save that. 2nd down, throw, left side is caught. Ekstrom is hauled down by the face mask. You can tack 15 onto that.
That's a pretty obvious face mask, maybe a horse collar. That is an illegal tackle any way you look at it. Take a look at it here.
There are 3 flags on the field. This is very illegal.
Yeah, you can't really grab the man's face like that.
Yep.
Nick Crowley basically turned Taylor Ekstrom's helmet 360 degrees.
That is the
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, number 10 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Looks like you could have called either a horse collar or a face mask, but yeah, the face mask was very emphatic. And
see, when they create the clips for officiating at the start of the season, it's like, this is what a face mask is.
Yeah.
That is what you're going to put in there. It's about as obvious as you can get. And if 3 officials are throwing flags on it, then you know it's obvious. Pump fake and now a throw downfield on 1st down. He's looking for Satterwhite. He's got Satterwhite! Just short of the 10.
Earth. How did Ben Satterwhite come down with that pass?
This is Ben Satterwhite showing off his high jump skills. All-American in track and field in the high jump, and look at that.
There are 5 Colonials around that ball, and somehow it finds Ben Sattywhite.
If Fitchburg State ends up pulling this one out, remember that play.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Hand off to Javon Brown-Simpson. Trying to blast through the line. He's not going to get very much on that one. He gets nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Even with the Falcons going to the air more often, they still can't get anything going when they hand the ball off on 1st down.
It's been one of the weaknesses this season, and Javon Brown-Simpson only 27 yards on the ground today on what is now his 18th carry. And now a throw, looking for Sattywhite again, and it's broken up. That was Ryan Jawarczyk.
And you see a lot of hang time on these throws by Fitzsimmons, and I think he really got away with this one. Into the corner of the end zone, covered the entire time, and he's lucky that one was not intercepted.
Yeah, Ryan Jawarczyk, he had the best chance of all at making that catch. The sophomore corner. There's no ladder Sattywhite can climb there to make that catch. Half the 4th quarter gone. And now another throw. This is caught. Sterling Garvin. He makes the catch. Now, did he get enough for the first? It's pretty close.
No, he's shy. He's at least a yard short.
Let's look at the replay again, and now we have to ask what the Falcons are going to do in this situation.
4th and 1 at the 4. Man, that's a tough call.
They're going to set up for the field goal.
If they had any kind of running game, I would say go for it. But they're going to bring on Christopher Ludwig for a 22-yard field goal to take the lead.
Remember the wide hash marks. Kick is up, and it is good. 6:36 to go. Even with the wide hash marks, the cut-in kick from the right side, Christopher Ludwig makes it 17-14 Falcons.
Christopher Ludwig gives the Falcons the lead as they try to break this 4-game losing streak, as they try to defeat the Colonials for the first time ever. 17-14 Fitchburg with 6.5 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter.
This has been quite the game to watch here, and on homecoming to boot. The most entertaining game we've seen this season here from Elliott Field.
Absolutely.
While we have a moment, let's go with an out-of-town scoreboard. Let's talk about how the rest of the conference is doing today. Earlier today, Mass Maritime defeated Westfield State by a score of 24-21. We'll be seeing Westfield State here for Senior Day in 2 weeks. UMass Dartmouth rolling on Worcester 28-6. That's in the 3rd. Plymouth and Bridgewater will get underway in a few minutes from Bridgewater. That's the game of the week. Plymouth off to a surprising start. Bridgewater, the only undefeated team left in the conference. And Framingham has the week off. Ludwig to kick it away. Long boot downfield. And will be taken in around the 2-yard line. Run straight up the middle. Number 85, Devon Hazel, getting his first run back of the day.
Real quick, Dan, you mentioned 2 weeks from today, Senior Day at Elliott Field. Westfield State comes in for the final home game of the season for Fitchburg State. That's a 12 o'clock kickoff. We'll have full coverage of the Senior Day festivities. We also want to mention this coming Friday, October the 21st, 7 o'clock, Marlboro High School, my old high school, comes to Fitchburg to take on the Red Raiders. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff, and we will also have that right here on FATV.
Now 1st and 10 for the Colonials, and they're going nowhere on this opening handoff. Falcons smell it out from a mile away, and a big loss to start the drive.
I think the Falcons knew that they were going to hand the ball to Kyle McKinnon, given that they've done that about 30, 40, 70 times today.
Feels like it's only the 28th handoff to McKinnon on the day, but that is a significant loss, and it gets the Colonials off on the wrong foot to start this drive. Under 6 minutes to go. Second down, Fleeting looking to his left. He's going to throw it downfield, and that is incomplete. I thought that was going to be underthrown, looking for Bobby Durham, but Durham had a shot at it to
that
make
was
the
a
underhand
very
catch.
catchable ball, Alex. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're absolutely right on that. I think, let's see how close Bobby Durham was to the sideline here. Would have been a tough play. Would have been a tough play. I think that ball was a little further ahead of him than it looked like from our angle.
Yeah, it could be. You're absolutely right there.
Angles can be deceiving. And so 2 of 12 on third down today is WestCon. See what they do here. Fleeting will throw to his right. Long throw downfield. And it is caught by Durham.
That is an incredible catch by Bobby Durham. It was a high pass. He had to reach over his head to bring it in, and then he was lambasted by 2 Falcon defenders. Take a look at this one again.
Yeah, great acrobatic catch here by Durham into double coverage, able to come up with it.
Trey Watson and Javon White were there. They just couldn't break it up, and now that's a big, big play for Western Connecticut. Ball spotted at the Falcon 37-yard line. Clock under 5.5 to go in regulation time. Fleeting on first down will go with the run to McKinnon. He's wrapped up from behind by Kyreek Watford, and McKinnon won't be getting the run on second down. His helmet comes off.
McKinnon losing his helmet, which means he'll have to come out of the game, and you'll see it happen right here. That second shot really dislodged his helmet.
Saw his helmet go one way, his mouth guard go another. He'll head to the sideline, try to get his equipment sorted out. Meanwhile, for the Colonials, it's 2nd down and 10.
Which means it'll be the second choice running back, Khalil Patterson, in. But he'll take the play action, and now a throw down the middle of the field. Tipped and intercepted! Picked off by the Falcons! And they'll try to run it back. It's Javon White on the far side. He takes a tumble at the 42-yard line. Big, big pick, and a flag flies 20 feet in the air.
Quinn Fleeting threw that ball into triple coverage. Take a look at this one again. The play action fake, he's got all day to throw. It's a strong throw, but you see there are 3 Falcons there, and 1, 2, 3 of them finally. Javon White makes the pick, and then he returns it 40 yards upfield. Now let's see if we can see where the penalty comes in.
Unsportsmanlike penalty, number 21 on the defense, on the return team. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So unsportsmanlike conduct is the call. That's Mahmoud Sam for the Falcons. So back them up 15 yards. Frankly, that is much less important than the fact that the Falcons retain possession. So now their offense is tasked very simply with running out the clock. 4:45 to go here. They need to grind as much of it as they can, and it's all on the shoulders of that man, freshman QB, Connor Fitzsimons.
Yeah, you said it, a 3-point lead right here with 4:45 remaining, and that's Fitchburg State's game plan right here, to just take off as much time as they can. Western Connecticut with 3 timeouts remaining, with Fitchburg State with 2 of their own, and a 3-point lead, so really not a big rush here for them offensively. Look for a lot of running, and they're going to try to take off as much as they can.
The challenge, though, with the running game today is that the Falcons have attempted basically 22 runs and have gotten 28 yards. It's a bad efficiency.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the return team. A second unsportsmanlike conduct on the player's bench. Both penalties will be enforced. 15 yards and then half the distance of the goal. First down.
So a second unsportsmanlike conduct, this time against the Falcons sideline. Back them way up. They'll be deep in their own territory.
So the first unsportsmanlike conduct, not the worst thing in the world. The second one, though, really hurts. And so they first mark off the 15, and then half the distance from there, since after the first 15, it puts them inside the 30. So it looks like they'll be starting from about the 14-yard line. That's indeed where they put the box down.
So now for the Falcons, they need to move this ball for two reasons. One, grind out the rest of the clock, and two, if they don't, they have to kick it away and give WestConn excellent field position.
Now we'll see how it all turns out. First down, Javon Brown-Simpson right into the pile. Not a whole lot there. There's also a flag on the far sideline.
Defense
Offside
number 95.
against the Colonials.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Falcons
So that's
will
a
take
break. That's a break for Fitchburg.
And they can wind a little bit of clock there. The clock starts on the whistle for that. So they can kill another 20 seconds and change.
You see there on your screen 11 seconds left on the play clock.
It will be 1st and 5 now for Fitchburg. And Brown-Simpson again to the left side. Get a couple yards on that one. Not a whole lot. But the important thing is to keep the clock moving.
And really, Alex, this Fitchburg running game hasn't been able to get anything going all day.
Yeah, it's been very frustrating. I think Fitchburg State's running game, it's been a little disappointing, in all honesty. But at this point, they're really just trying to take off as many seconds as they can. It's not really terribly important now to gain a lot of yardage. And really what it comes down to now is whether or not Western Connecticut wants to use their timeouts.
Fitchburg bursts through the line on 2nd down. Again, it's Javon Brown-Simpson. Again, it's a short gain. But it looks like about 3 yards to gain on 3rd down.
It's just nothing doing at all for the Falcons on the ground, especially now that the Colonials know Fitchburg State is going to hand it off. It'll be an interesting decision for the head coach of Western Connecticut, Joe Loth. If they stop the Falcons here on 3rd down, do you call timeout? I personally think they should.
I absolutely think they will.
Play clock at 4. The Falcons throw on 3rd down to try to get that yardage and that 1st down, but the throw is short to Ekstrom. That stops the clock with 2:56, and it saves Joe Loth from having to make that decision.
Exactly. It saves the decision. Fitchburg State went ahead and stopped the clock for them. That quick pass to Ekstrom has been there all day. This time the pass is just a little inaccurate. So stop the clock. 2:56 to play. Western Connecticut will get the ball back, probably with pretty good field position. Their return man is set up at his own 40-yard line, and they need just a field goal to tie this game.
So back there is Jarrett Davila. Ludwig boots this one away. Davila not going to take any chances. Fair catches it at his own 45-yard line. It's 55 yards to get for WestConn with 2:49 to go in this contest. The Falcons in front, 17-14.
Now, Danny, you've got the stats right there. I want you to look something up for me. What is the long field goal this season for Western Connecticut? Realistically, what are we looking at for them in terms of what kind of field position they're going to need if they want to kick and tie this game up?
Well, they attempted a 30-yard field goal earlier in the game. That was blocked. Jordan D'Onofrio is 2 for 5 this year in field goals. His long is 28.
Okay.
So I think about 30 yards
Roughly
is his
the
range.
10, maybe the 15-yard line. So 40-some-odd yards for Western Connecticut before they even consider kicking and tying this game.
That is what I would believe unless D'Onofrio's hiding something in that boot. First down, fleeting. Watson trying to get around. A throw to the right side. This is caught and going out of bounds for the Colonials is Lucas D'Souza.
Good work by D'Souza getting open and then immediately getting out of bounds. Picks up the first down and then jumps right out of bounds. Also want to point out an excellent block there by McKinnon. You saw Trey Watson coming in to levy a hit on the quarterback, but McKinnon was able to knock him out of the way and allow Quinn Fleeting to complete that pass.
12-yard gain. Just the 10th completion for Quinn Fleeting all day. Once again, first down, tipped in the air and nearly intercepted out of the hands of Roosevelt Ward and then nearly into the hands of Trey Watson. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, you'll see right here, Fleeting trying to force this one into coverage again, but this one off his wide receiver. I feel like could have come up with that one, but ball falls harmlessly to the turf just for an incompletion.
Now second down for the Colonials. from the Falcon 43, Fleeting. Looking down the middle of the field, will throw long downfield. Tipped it incomplete. Trey Watson again on the coverage.
He was looking for Bobby Durham that time. He threw it into double coverage. It's got good protection. It's a well-thrown ball, but that's just, there are two Falcons there, and Trey Watson did a good job swatting that one away.
And Javon White nearly there to pick it off again. Now third down. We've said Westcon's not been as successful as they'd like on third down. Let's see what the Falcons can do for the stop. Looking for it. They get a hand on him as he throws, and it's too far away for Bobby Durham. That ball lands out of bounds. 2:06 on the clock, and it's fourth down.
And now for Westcon, you absolutely have to go for this one. Falcon defense gets a little bit of pressure. They get a couple of hands on the quarterback. Not a full hit. The Falcon sideline is encouraging the crowd here. They are on their feet. They are stomping up and down. The press box is shaking here at Elliott Field on a critical fourth down.
Well over 1,000 strong here at Elliott Field, cheering this Falcon team on. 4th and 10. Fleeting looks long over the middle. Incomplete. He wanted Lucas D'Souza. The ball was nowhere near him. Falcons take over on downs with 2 minutes to go.
Fitchburg State now, if they can get one first down, they can win this game. You have to think, Alex, they're going to run the ball 3 times. If they can get 10 yards, they win this game.
No doubt about it. They're going to try to run the ball, and this is it. It's all a matter of Western Connecticut State using their timeouts, how much time they're going to have left, and they do not want to give up a first down or else the game's going to be over.
It's going to come down to that and how well Joe Locke can play this end game for Westcon. 1st and 10, run up the middle as you'd expect. Brown Simpson gets to the 47. And the first timeout called.
Pretty good blocking there by the Falcon line. Javon Brown Simpson able to pick up about 4 yards. If he can do that 2 more times, the Falcons will have the first down they need.
So this first timeout called. It's been a crazy game. 17-14 Fitchburg. Taylor Ekstrom with 2 touchdown passes. Roosevelt Ward tying it up with 1:46 in the third, and then Christopher Ludwig with the 21-yard field goal to put the Falcons in front.
There's a packed house here at Elliott Field. Homecoming weekend for Fitchburg State. You could not ask for a nicer day. The weather is cool. The atmosphere is beautiful. And the Falcon football team is trying to give this crowd a win.
2nd and 6. Another handoff. Brown Simpson will not get back to the line of scrimmage this time. And of course, Westcon will call timeout immediately. 6 seconds off the clock, 1:48 left.
So now 3rd down and 7, Alex. On the last possession, we saw Fitchburg State get a little tricky and try the quick pass that resulted in an incompletion. Do you think they're going to do that again, or are they just going to hand it off on 3rd down?
I see your point there, but I think they're going to just try to run the ball here, try to take off as many seconds as they can, and they really need to make Western Connecticut use that last time out. And so that's how you do it. You run the ball, take time off the clock, and then force Western Connecticut State to take that time out. And they're at a spot right now where if they do punt, they're going to set Western Connecticut State back if it's a good kick. So I think they play it safe, run the ball, and punt it down the field, try to pin Western Connecticut back, make it very difficult for them to either get a field goal or get a touchdown.
Falcons are going to need their best run of the day to seal this game. And Fitzsimons is going to throw to the left side. It's incomplete. He tried to find Ekstrom, and he was open, but he couldn't haul it in.
That would have sealed the game. Connor Fitzsimons had his man, Taylor Ekstrom. He's thrown to him, it feels like 15 times today. Take a look at it here. This pass is just a little off target.
Pat Haverty trying to go for the win right there, and that pass, as you said, just a little bit in front.
We understood.
It probably would have come up short, but...
I mean, he understood that the run was probably not going to get that 6-7 yards, so he had to go for the pass. And now whistles.
And the Falcons take timeout. So they will kick it away. You think, barring a long return, Western Connecticut's going to have 90, 95 seconds to work with, and they will have one timeout.
It's the second time the Falcons tried, in the effort of trying to kill time and get a first down, a pass to Ekstrom, and both times just inaccurate. And that's sort of the roughness around the edges of Connor Fitzsimons, is that he's been able to, he can make some plays and what have you, but he's not the most accurate quarterback in the world.
That's really good phrasing, Danny. Rough around the edges. Fitzsimons has delivered a number of good passes today. He's hit his receiver in stride a few times, but even on the big completions, balls have been underthrown, overthrown. Some luck has been there for Fitzsimons. He's definitely not a finished product, but at the same time, he has been able to contribute offensively.
Jarrett Davila calls for the fair catch just inside the 20-yard line, the 19. And so 97 seconds on the clock. The Falcons with a 3-point lead. The Colonials basically 81 yards to victory. A little less, and they can take a shot at a field goal. High tension, high drama here at Elliott Field.
And for Western Connecticut, you have to be wondering, what are you going to get out of Quinn Fleeting? We saw on the last drive, they put it in his hands, and he wasn't able to come up. He gets another chance here.
First down, throw, left side. It's far overthrown, looking for Shelby Aqua Franklin. And it was overthrown by definitely a few yards there.
Aqua Franklin had a step on his defender, but that ball was 2 or 3 strides beyond his reach. Another inaccurate pass by Quinn Fleeting.
And I've been pointing out all day, Fleeting has averaged more yards per game than any quarterback in the MASCAC, 277 yards a game. The Falcons have held him to just 150 today. That'll knock his average down a bit. Second down, another throw, left side. He wants Ward. He won't get him. That's overthrown as well, and Josh Brewster on the defense there makes it third down.
The Falcon defense is just running man-to-man practice and almost trusting that Quinn Fleeting is going to overthrow his receiver, and so far Fleeting has been accommodating.
The Falcons defense, throughout this losing streak, that's the one constant the Falcons have had, is that their defense has been solid.
If that defense can get 2 more stops, they will break this losing streak.
Third down, Fleeting. He's going to look to the right this time. A long throw, and again overthrown. He wanted D'Souza. He can't get him. Fourth down coming.
Third time in a row that Fleeting has made a bad pass, a bad overthrow, and that time D'Souza was open down the sideline. He had him. This one just overthrown.
Fleeting just cannot get dialed in, and that is a testament to how well this Falcon defense has played today.
It's interesting to me that Western Connecticut is continuously going for the big play, the 30, 40-yarder, rather than just getting 10 or 15 yards.
11 for 31 today. Fleeting just looking for number 12. Where is that gone? Nowhere!
There was absolutely no one within 10 yards wearing white.
That was the worst overthrow of them all, and that seals the game.
We take a look at this one again. Fleeting dials up for a long pass. I think he's intending to throw to his receiver up along the far sideline. That would have been Roosevelt Ward. Ward ran a 12-yard hook, and Fleeting threw a 30-yard go.
It was just not even close. 11 for 32 Quinn Fleeting was today.
So now Connor Fitzsimons, the freshman quarterback making his first career start, can take 2 knees and, oh my God, hold on to the snap.
And a flag thrown.
An illegal shift. Is it kind of funny that the Falcons don't know how to run a victory formation? That's kind of funny, right?
Yeah. All right, let's watch the illegal shift. Nope, we didn't have it. We'll mark off the 5 yards. And okay, now we have the replay.
Oh, Taylor Ekstrom was moving toward the line of scrimmage at the snap. You can't do that.
Bad timing there.
So Fitchburg, I believe, did they take a knee, or is there just a timeout here?
They're calling the timeout.
Timeout.
And Westcon's going to call the timeout anyway. I don't know if the clock was going to start running again after the illegal.
It would not have. I don't think.
Well, in any case.
In any case, indeed. Assuming the Falcons can eventually get 2 snaps off, they are going to win their 3rd game of their season, the first conference win, the first career victory for Connor Fitzsimons. Certainly a happy day here at homecoming at Elliott Field.
And first win over Western Connecticut State in football in 5 tries. And again, it all comes on homecoming. An excellent crowd for an excellent game. All the dramatics that we've had today. And this time, Fitzsimons actually takes it out of the pistol. Doesn't trust a under center snap.
I think before this season, I had never seen a shotgun snap in the victory formation, and now I've seen it 3 or 4 times. Fitchburg State, if they could somehow get one more snap.
Just one more snap will win the game. It's a significant loss on the kneel down.
I think they're okay with that.
Nobody really cares.
And Fitzsimons finally takes the knee, and Fitchburg State wraps up their first home win in a month, a 17-14 victory over Western Connecticut State. Folks, while we have a chance, we want to once again thank the incredible crew for FATV for bringing this game to you. Our director is John Dextrays, camera operators Ty Dorsey, Tim Douse, Matt Carroll, Jared Roberts, Travis Falk running the audio for us, Dave Oster doing technical support as well as the replay, Kevin Ward helping us out. We want to thank everybody as well as Alex Bogdasarian. Thank you.
Great to be here.
You gave a thumbs up. This is not a visual medium. There is no camera pointed at us. Danny Bolak, thank you so much.
No problem. It was a fun game. Definitely, it's basically the opposite in just about every way of the Mass Maritime game.
It really was. I mean, we saw probably the worst game in years, if not ever, for the Falcons the last time we were here. And today, a bit of redemption, the first career victory for Connor Fitzsimons. Before we take off, folks, we do want to mention once again, this coming Friday, October the 21st, Marlboro High School comes to Crocker Field to take on Fitchburg High. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff on FATV. 2 weeks from today, October the 29th, Senior Day at Elliott Field, our favorite game of the year, a 12 noon kickoff, but be sure to get here early because we will have full coverage of all the festivities. For Alex Bogdasarian, Danny Bolak, Amanda Agassi working the sidelines for us, I'm John Gugerty. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you next time right here on FATV.